back to another episode of the Doom of Dagger. There is the return of the good team and the first episode of our shared world universe between the good and the evil team. So things they do on this team will have consequences, possibly, depending on choices. They might not do anything that interacts really with the evil team. Who knows? But they might make choices that obviously affect the other team's adventure, and likewise, the other team could do things that affect theirs. We're just going to have to find out. Depends on the choices they make and things they decide to do. My name is Tony. This is Nerdbauchery. And again, this is the Doom of Dagger Dale, but it's kind of like a homebrew now since we've pretty much gone off the rails here. It's an overarching module, Doom of Dagger Dale, that we converted over from 2nd edition, but now we've thrown all sorts of new homebrew stuff that we're going to be doing in here. So it's going to get really interesting, hopefully really crazy. Just let you know, thanks to a few people here. We want to thank Stat Trackers. He's actually in here. James, Alistair Bramblebeard, our president, Dwarf famous in these parts, has sent me a wonderful, actually use it pretty much every game unless they don't have the monster, but they're actually coming out with a new one soon. And what it basically is, it's just a great resource for DMs. It's, in fact, I have them right here. And what it does is I don't have to look up the monsters as often. Instead of having to sit there and flip around, or even on the computer, go to window, I can just quickly have, something real quick that lets me know all their advantages, disadvantages, whatever they can do. And I can just quickly on the fly think about what I want to do on my next move rather than taking time to look something up. So it just makes the flow of the game better if that monster's in there. It's pretty awesome. Want to thank Monkey Paw Clothing. That's actually another player in another game, Mace. And she sent me a shirt that's pretty awesome. It has a little gauntleted fist, so it lets you know it's all about RPGs and fantasy. Want to thank Wargaming Recon for supporting us. Thank NCS Sounds and Music. We use a lot of their stuff. Obviously, we do it for free. They offer it for free, so that's why we have to thank them. We appreciate that. Want to thank all y'all for tuning in. You are the most important. We appreciate all the supporters. Patreon, the viewers, people who are subscribed up here. Even if you're not subscribed, just tuning in and watching us is great. That everybody tuning in helps us achieve the goal of trying to just build this to give you a better game and something that no one else on the internet is doing. At least that's our hope. I don't know if anybody is, but that's what my dream is, to just give an amazing Dungeons and Dragons experience, not just to my players, but to everybody watching. We also offer, of course, professional games as well, or private games. If you want to hire us, it's $25 per person for a 3 to 4 hour session. You can just contact us on Facebook, but we're actually right on Start Playing Games, so you can contact us up there if you're interested in something like that. This is session 10 of the Good Team, so we've come a long way, and you can catch up with our episodes on YouTube. We'll have not just our Doom of Dagger Dale Dwarven Forge stuff, but we also have Raven's game now, Pandemonium, which is a world of hell. That's using actually virtual tabletop, Roll20. And then we had another game, Curse of Strahd, that was being run by a friend of mine, Rich. He had to take a hiatus for a little while, but those episodes are up there as well. So if you just want to binge some, Dungeons and Dragons, whether it's virtual tabletop or 3D terrain like you see here, go ahead and just check us out on YouTube, and you can watch all that up there. I'm going to let everybody hear. Oh, real quick, this map is made from all Dwarven Forge. It's a 6x4 table. You can look them up right on the internet and check them out if you're interested in their product. It is the best terrain on the market, hands down. There's nothing better. There's no flock in any of this, so you don't have to worry about little pieces, or as Dwarven Forge actually says, Nate, get the flock out of here. We don't use any flock. So, so I'm going to let everybody start introducing themselves with our new player this week. Her name is Jay. Jay, go ahead and take it away.
Howdy. As you said, I'm Jay. I'm going to be playing him, the Tiefling Celestial Warlock. Brand new to this game.
All right. One of our other players is a little bit late. We all know Omar. He's famous, the Gentleman Faraday, always running around doing crazy stuff. Hopefully he'll be here soon. We hope nothing's happened to him, because usually we always hear from him. Then we've got, let's go ahead and let James take it away.
Hey, I'm James. I play Bramblebeard. He's a Hill Dwarf Cleric, an honorary fellow, if there ever was one.
All right. Then we'll go with Colin.
I'm Colin. I will be playing Scraps, the Kobold Artificer.
All right. Then Alexander.
Hey everybody, I'm Alexander, and I'm playing the half-elf rogue wizard, Malkavia.
And last but not least, Mr. Nat.
Hello, I'm Nat, and I'm playing Razanor, the Dragonborn Paladin of Justice.
All right. So let's go ahead and do a recap real quick because, it's been a few weeks since they played, since we had to catch the evil team up. And that's why we decided to do a shared universe. So we don't have to do a hiatus again. So all my players can keep having fun and not, start missing the game or, really lose out on anything. So that's why we're doing the shared universe. So now everybody can always play. But the last thing they had done is,
we could hunt down the evil team and kill them soon.
That's right.
We'll see if that happens.
Wait, I thought we did that already. We just totally knocked them out and that was it.
Hunting down and attempting to slaughter the evil team. All right. We'll see how that works. That is a possibility that maybe that can happen. We'll see how choices are made. We'll see how things are done. And who knows? Maybe there'll be a crossover event in the future. That's one of the reasons we did this, so we could do Marvel, man. My stepson, he's a huge comic book fan. He knows everything about comics. So one of the things he actually suggested a long time ago was maybe doing a crossover. So yeah, that'd be really. That's our hope, is to eventually do some kind of cool crossover event, whether it's everybody killing each other or something else. Who knows? We'll see how that turns out. But where they were last is they had, the town of Dagger Falls is under the grip of the Dreamfever, and the cruel Constable Tren is, sent from the Zentarum to rule the town with pretty much an iron grip. And he's actually the usurper of the throne. He's not the real ruler. The true ruler is supposed to be Randall Morn, but he was dethroned pretty much by the Zentarum and by, the constable and his men. So he's been out running in the woods. And what basically they've been sent by the constable, they're trying to find out where this Dreamfever is coming, because one of the Alexander, I believe his sister she is sick. And it's really, so she has the Dreamfever. So they're trying to find out who's caused it, what's caused it, where it's coming from, how it's caused, who knows, what is it? So they've been sent to investigate Eagle's Eye Ree because there had been sightings of night dwarves in the city, and the sightings of these night dwarves, as the citizens were calling them, coincided with the same time the Dreamfever started coming up. So the suspicion is that these night dwarves might have had something to do with it. So they had sent them. Constable asked them to go to. They had done a few side quests and things first, like they had gotten a little mountain lion. Actually, Razanor had got that, and they're slowly raising his mountain lion. But the main thing is they had been sent to the dwarven ruins of Eagle's Eye Ree to see if anything was maybe coming from there, since the ruins had been quiet for a little while, and people knew that maybe something was possibly going on there. And they had went in there. They had an epic battle with an undead. A bunch of people went down a few times. They came up and they found Olar, which was Mage Killer in Dwarven, and that sword was created, they found out, to actually destroy the main, possibly main bad guy. Who knows what's going on? But it was made to destroy. They heard the story of Colderan, the Mage Lord that was here 100 years ago, and he's actually the relative of this gentleman again, Randall Morn, who's supposed to be the true ruler. So Randall Morn might be a decent fellow, but his relative seems to be maybe. He wasn't such a great guy. So they had heard the story of Colderan, how his wife Belisarius had wanted some jewelry from these dwarves at Eagle's Eye Ree. They didn't give up. They refused to sell to her because they thought she was arrogant and snobbish, and said, go ahead and take your money and piss off. We're dwarves. We don't give a crap about that. And so she did that and came back with her husband, or told her husband. He came back enraged. The dwarves still refused to sell it. He promised to come back in a week to destroy them. He kept his word, but in that time, they had forged this mighty blade by Dwarm Grimblade. That was actually the name of the forger who made the blade. And again, Olar was written on the actual hilt, or on that blade of the swords, letting you know what it was for. And when they found that sword, they did identify it was the first magical weapon, Baby's first dungeon, and then Baby's first magical weapon. It was a very small dungeon, only 6 rooms. And then the weapon itself was a +1 weapon. And then any character that it hits that has spell slots, it does an additional 1d4 psychic damage. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not even looking at it right now, but I'm pretty 99% sure that that's the sword, Razanor. But yeah, 1d4. Yep, see 1d4 psychic damage.
That is indeed what it does.
Awesome. So yeah, they've got this blade. They've just left Eagle's Ivory, and on their way into town, they saw Randall Morn, and he was in a rush, but he had asked them, even though he hasn't had a ton of interaction, he'd only met them in the beginning when these adventurers were coming into town. He had pretty much begged for them to possibly, if they get a chance, to go to the Red Rock Tavern. But they've come into town. Whether they decide to go to help Randall Morn or whether they decide to do something else, we're going to find out. And let's go ahead and jump into it. I've had the PCs. They're right in the middle of town, and I've been talking so darn much already. I need a sip of water. Yeah, DMs, man, we drink a lot of water. So they're in the middle of town, and we are going to start off. They've gotten into town. As they walk in there, the town is looking, even though the Dreamfever it seems to be taking its toll on the town, it seems like the town, more people are actually coming. They're beginning to hear about more adventurers pouring in. They're hearing fortunes possibly could be made because this Dreamfever, and now they're beginning to hire adventurers to find out what's going on. Plus, what's going on. Everybody wants to know a piece of possibly the action now that could be going on in Dagger Falls. So they see a lot of hustle and bustle, and they begin to hear all over the town. It's very early in the morning, we'll say about 8 o'clock, as they've finally rolled into the town and hit the town square, and they see the town crier, and he begins, "Hear ye, hear ye! In world news, a sledge caravan booking heavy snows west of Priapra was attacked by drowned raiders at dusk a 10 day or so ago as it was heading towards a shelter campfire. Only the presence of 2 minor wizards in the caravan snatched certain victory from the drow who were attacked with sleep poison crossbow bolts and javelin, at least 40 strong. After several fireballs were hurled and a handful of drow slain blade to blade, the Dark Elves fled. As proof of the tale, the wizards brought 4 drow corpses to Priapet. Several adventuring bands have set out in search of the drow, and all caravan guards in the area have been raised to triple strength. In local news, hey, murder most foul in our fair town of Dagger Falls. The good lady Olivia Tassandrown, owner of the Teshford Arms Inn, was found murdered a fortnight ago. The sick perpetrators of this crime attempted to, if this is to be believed, eat the body to hide what they had done. Another restaurant, Jesse Banderson, is missing and may also have fallen afoul of these moralist wretches. When the town magistrate peacefully attempted to arrest a group of adventurers who may have had a link to the missing persons and murders case, the band of miscreants instead chose to accost our guards and escape the town, thereby suggesting their guilt was more than just suspicion. Citizens are advised to stay inside, lock their windows and doors, and be off the streets by sundown. A wizard gifted in the art of divination has been called in to help further to investigation of the murder and will arrive from Zentel Keep within 2 days. Any able-bodied adventurer interested in bringing these outlaws in for questioning should go see Sheriff Justice at the new town jail for information. Hear ye, hear ye! The great and powerful alchemist, Tunan, has made his way to the foothills just a day's journey from here to enjoy his golden years with his mother. He has had a small contingent of apprentices that he has brought with him and intends to set up shop for those who can afford his services. Hey, rebel forces, under the command of Randall Morn, have attacked the constable's guards on the road east to Zentel Keep. A few of the survivors had spoke of the ferocity of Morn and his men. Surely our good constable will do something about this wildman. There are grunts of disapproval since most of the locals like Morn. I like Morn. Ain't nothing wrong with Morn. He was a just man, unlike the constable. Hey! Another 3 citizens have succumbed to the dreaded Dreamfever. Terrence Navargay and his wife Mary, both farmers, have passed away and leave behind 5 children who will miss them terribly. Cheryl, gotta scroll down. Cheryl Ducal, farmer and widow, has passed. She leaves behind no next of kin, but will be remembered fondly by the citizens who knew her. This week's announcements were brought to you by Fogas Caravan Supply, providing only the best equipment for true salesmen. And that's it. And at that moment, after the town crier, you see a albino tiefling begin to approach, and I'll let Tian or Jay take it from here.
Thank you. Well, sorry to just come up all of a sudden like this, but you look like some well-to-do adventurers. Am I correct in that assumption?
If you're looking for the adventures,
Well-to-do. I look down at my rags that I'm wearing with sticks in my beard. Yeah, that's me.
At the very least, experienced.
if you're looking for the adventures that killed some guys, that wasn't us. That was somebody else.
Well, that's good to know. My name is Him. I'm just recently into town, and I believe I heard a few dwarves as I was entering town mention some that looked like you, adventurers like you, who had helped them in some ruins not far from here. Is that you?
Indeed, we were just investigating a rather ancient-looking dungeon up in the mountains and hills.
Well, I'm also here. I was enlisted by some gods to assist with the Dreamfever as well, to find the source of it, what's causing it. Would you mind if I assisted you? I've been alone for a long time, trying to find other adventurers that would come with me.
And how common are tieflings in this world?
I was gonna say, can I ask what him looks like?
He is about 5'10", 5'11", I think. He might be like 5'8" or so. He's in that little branch. He has like pale white skin, red eyes, and like curling ram's horns. He wears not new looking leather, but the leather armor itself looks kind of worn, like he's been wearing it for kind of a while. But he wears like a really nice coat that looks like it's been taken care of for years, as well as boots that are in the same what sword status, whatever. Otherwise, he has a rapier on his hip and a couple daggers also on the other hip. But otherwise, he just doesn't look too suspicious.
What's your interest in helping this town? Is it for the people or is it for the coin?
Well, I don't really ever do anything for the coin. But it does help occasionally. I do need to eat. But otherwise, I have heard that that the Dreamfever hurts many. And as the town crier was just saying, so many children are losing their parents. And I just want less of that in this world.
I'd like to do an insight check on this.
So would I.
You wanted to see if she's telling, go for it. Roll it, and what we'll do is, Ian, if he rolls any, we'll say, hold on, before you roll. If you roll 10 or insight 10 or above, then Tian, you got to tell him or Jay. I'm sorry, I keep calling you. I play with Jay in their game, and I got used to calling her by her character's name, Jay or him. What we're going to do if Alistair Bramblebeard rolls 10 or above, then you pretty much have to tell him your honest intentions. Like, he'll be able to detect it. So, whatever it is, he'll be able to detect your true intentions if they're bad or good. So you can pretty much tell him out of character, yes, my intentions are good or bad. But if he rolls 10 or lower, you can just tell him whatever you want. And then he pretty much doesn't get anything.
Him should be able to roll a deception check, and that should be my DC. So I only rolled a 10. So why don't you roll a deception check and see who rolls higher? Because if it's deceitful, then I don't see through your.
There you go. That sounds even better.
I just want to make it
like
fair.
that too. No, I like that too.
Well, 10 is a pretty good roll, especially for me.
You're lucky you didn't roll.
All right, so I don't know how to read you. 13. All right, so I'm not sure of your intentions, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Sorry about
believe
that. I
you.
did notice that I'd done that.
I believe you for the most part, and I slap you on the shoulder. I'm like, all right, more help is always better, I say, and I walk around looking for something to eat.
And what's your name again?
What was that?
What's your name?
Him, like a religious song.
Gotcha.
And
A pleasure
what
to meet you,
information-
him, and glad to have you on board.
Thank
And
you for
Rasmus
having
reaches out his hand for a shake.
Then we'll reach out and shake it.
As soon as Scrap sees that, he's like, any friend of Razenor's is a friend of mine. And he sticks out his little kobold hand.
Just a little bit of a shock. Like, I did hear that they mention a kobold, but I don't think I've ever seen one of your kind in person. And he'll shake your hand.
Probably
I'm not
it.
like the rest of our kind. You shouldn't be as cautious or uncautious around me as them. I can't words.
Well, people are usually quite cautious around my kind, so it's try not to judge before meeting.
Never judge a book by its scales.
There's horns.
Exactly. I like this one. He offers you a crusted up beetle part out of a little bat head that he has sitting on his weight.
He'll take it and he'll put it in his little pouch.
They're delicious.
I'll try it later.
Oh, and there's one other very important person you should meet. And Raznor kind of goes to his pack and opens it up to show him the mountain lion kitten known as Scratch.
Oh, it's so sweet.
This is Scratch. I'm training him the best I can.
Where did you get him?
Yeah,
that's
tell us the story
legally.
about how you got him.
That's a long and rather tragic tale that I will tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Him.
I look forward to it.
Sorry to focus here, but I'm more curious, and I don't really care where you're from or, tieflings and all that jazz, but what information would you actually have to help us with this Dreamfever if you've already been investigating it?
I've only just gotten to town, and I was enlisted by guards. I'd say small town a few hours away. I don't remember the name. I was only passing through.
Understood.
Randall Morn. Good? Bad? What do you think?
What?
What do you think of
Randall Morn. Have you heard of him?
No, I have not.
Okay, well that's good enough for me, I guess. The constable. Have you met that guy? Do you like him? Good or bad? What do you think?
More neutral, I suppose.
Hmm.
Didn't
That's all I
change
got,
my
guys.
words.
Wrong answer.
So
He's
that's
an
fine,
asshole.
Scraps.
He is? I've
We've met.
only exchanged a few words.
We've dealt with him personally, and he is very, very domineering, very assuming that everyone should kowtow to him.
Oh,
Yes, very rude.
I'll trust you guys on that. All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for helping.
What kind of skills are you bringing to the table?
Well, I'm pretty dexterous and stealthy when I want to be, but for the most part, it's, well, my natural charisma, some say. I'm quite good with magic. Weapons like daggers and rapiers specifically.
Hmm.
All that stuff
So
with
you're
your
a
food.
fencer.
Both religious and arcane magic, sir. I'm pretty good with both.
Hmm.
We'll see, because we tend to get into a lot of trouble, so you'll be
Yeah,
proving yourself
yeah, we
soon
do.
enough.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the dwarf and where he pokes his stick.
Hey,
Speaking
those
of finding
zombies
trouble.
were gonna get up anyway. I just helped them along. I don't like waiting.
And also, to be fair, he did take a lot of their attention by making himself into a giant bear.
Oh, that's
Speaking
always
of, can you speak to bears? Because apparently most of us can.
We can
I
speak to
should-
bears.
What do you mean most of
I've
us?
never
You can speak to bears, Scraps?
No, I thought I was the only one who couldn't.
I can't.
Okay, I thought I was the only one. I'm starting to get
How
worried.
you can?
Of course, you can speak to bears.
Quite a few of us could speak to bears for a while there. It was concerning.
I cannot speak to bears.
Or giant
Good to know that you're normal.
Well, I think that maybe we should, potentially get back to the inn. However, if the town crier said what they said, then that means that the Teshford Arms Inn no longer has an owner.
And that it's
Does
also
that mean
a
it's
crime
free?
scene.
That's my main concern.
Maybe we should go over to the inn and see what's going on over there before we...
Indeed.
Because I think, didn't we have something to return to Olivia?
Did we?
Was that the
No.
goblin? Or-
No, you had nothing to return to Olivia.
Oh, we
No.
had goblins.
Yep,
And we had cow
Yeah.
tunnels.
You had Kessler at the Red Rock Inn, and then you had the Tanner, Duran, the Tanner. So that was
we
the
got
two.
reports coming, right?
Yeah, that was the two for those. If you haven't turned those in yet, which you haven't, so
What's the
you get
Tanner?
that. Well, let me pull it back up.
So
I
Kessler at the
recall-
Red Rock Inn,
Is Dolwar, the Leatherworks.
Tanner Leatherworker. Okay.
But before that happens, right before like y'all are about to leave, a gentleman comes up. Scraps, is that you? Oh my God, it is you, Scraps. It's me. It's me, Gunmo. I haven't seen you in so long, friend. What you doing here? Don't you remember me, mate? You saved me life all that time ago.
Yeah, so Scraps is just gonna like sprint across the street and embrace what looks to be like a random stranger. He's gonna like hug his legs.
Oh, Scraps, I missed you. Oh my God. Remember that time you served me that beetle? It was delicious. I thought I'd never have something like that. Hey, why don't we go have a drink, me and you? Catch up on... Are these your friends? Oh, man.
Yeah, I have so many. I have so many friends now. I have so many people to introduce you to. I didn't think I'd ever see you yet. Oh my God, guys, this is Gunmo. He's my favorite friend.
What's going on, guys? Hello. I suppose everybody's here. Wait, how about we all catch a drink? I'd love to talk to you, Scraps. Meet your friends, catch up, see what's going on. Or are you busy? You got somewhere to go? We can meet us. It's up to you.
I just like look expectantly at the rest of the group, like with like big, like glistening little like kid eyes. Well, are we too busy or?
Why don't we head over to the Red Rock Inn? That way we can knock two birds out with one stone.
All right.
Sure.
Good idea.
All right, so the party just heads over to the Red Rock. We can turn the camera in a second, and maybe if JC can grab that if he wants to turn to the Red Rock. But if not, what do you want to do first? Do you want to turn in the quest or out of character turn in the quest, or do you want to talk to Gunmo? What do we want to do here first?
Well,
let's do-
I think. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, let's take care of business first.
All right.
That would be my suggestion.
Everybody agree with that?
Sure.
All right. So go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm good.
Oh, okay. As you enter, you're going to Red Rock. Oh, 1 second. Add the other one up for you. Oh, now it's hiding from me. Hold on 1 second. Up.
Also, what time is it like in game? Is it like morning-ish or?
It's still a
evening-ish?
morning. I'd say it's about 5 or 6. It's not very late. About not 5. So about 9 right now. You've heard the town crier. He spoke for a little while. Got a little information. Now you've met Gunmo. So here we go. Okay. As you enter the tavern, a small chuckling cheer from the locals inside go up straight. Ah, Hail adventurers who made the air flow again! Kessler approaches you and speaks. Well, that wasn't a huge cheer, but for this crowd in these times, that may as well been a festival roar. We knew you had succeeded when the first wagon with our Arabellian ale arrived, unhindered and untouched. Thank you so much, and as always, you are welcome here. And oh, be careful, my friends, for the Dreamfever still stalks the street with the minions, the Night Dwarves. All right, first of all, you've completed the quest, so that's going to go up by you get one point for reputation. So your reputation goes up for 1 point within the town. And then she also, of course, she lets you know that there's a room here. I want to let you know that for all your help, not only am I going to pay you, because, with all the new adventurers coming in, my business is actually going good, despite, of course, the loss of life, which is quite tragic. Some opportunity is to be made here, even in this time of sickness. So I'm going to give one of you 50 gold pieces. So she gives each one of you 50 gold. And I know that you're probably tired from your time, so there's a room here that you can always use whenever you want. You're welcome to it.
Just want to say, Kessler, him over here was also part. We had 2 other members that were with us. I can make sure to bring them their money. If you remember, we had another 2 along with us. If you could just give me that, I'll make sure that they get it.
You're an honorable man, or an honorable elf, I should say. I'm sorry, I did not mean to offend. And thank you. Of course you can. I will trust you.
Didn't Hans and the other guy go and leave?
Shush.
What was that? Did you say something? I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything.
The kobold here, he's so overwhelmed with his friend over here. He's so excited.
Oh, okay. Are you sure? Okay then.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
What's special today?
Oh, the specials? Okay. She puts her hand kind of on Malkavia's shoulder. For you and what you've done, the specials are today. But what's your favorite? I'll cook you your favorite meal, half-elf, just for you today. What is your favorite? If I have it, of course.
I mean, my mom used to make an amazing lamb stew.
Lamb stew? Absolutely. It's funny, I was actually making that this morning anyway. I'll make sure the finest cuts come in a bowl to you right away. And she snaps her fingers. And little assistant comes running out, puts down the food on the table in front of you. And you can see, I don't know if we can see the food on the table on the camera yet.
No. That camera's tangled up in the way.
Okay.
I asked Kessler really quick. I was like, make sure to bring any of your scrap bones as well for scraps.
Absolutely. Is there anything else anyone else would want? All of you, every single one of you, as far as I'm concerned, are true heroes of this land, and now official Dalemen in my eyes. There's nothing that you want to eat. Eat any one of you? Thirsty? Hungry? It's free, I mind you. You don't have to pay a thing.
Then I'll have it all.
I couldn't possibly.
Alistair,
the strongest drink.
Alistair, who's usually very into, eating, is glaring at Malkavia for what he did. Looking him up and down.
Ooh.
Not saying anything, but just looking at him.
Ooh, rob the local. Hustle the local. Woo!
You don't know that yet.
Do I? I do know the other 2 left, don't I?
Maybe he's gonna give it to charity.
Well, that's what I'm going to make sure.
Or maybe he's going to give it to Omar and him.
I'm just observing, but I'm not very subtle. So you see me observing you very carefully.
Angrily observing.
I take one of the lamb shanks out of the stew and hand it over to Alistair and be like, there you go.
I'm just imagining Alistair's glare is expressing, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Hey, we'll find out. We'll see how it goes.
And Tony, for all intents and purposes, Faraday, who is here, he got paid too, right?
I think you muted him.
I'm sorry. What was that? The last bit? I'm sorry. That last bit. Had to move something.
Faraday is here, and he got paid as well, right?
Yes, Faraday. Of course, everyone got paid. Is Faraday? Is Omar actually here now?
No, not yet. I was just asking, like, character-wise.
But yes, he definitely. Faraday seems to have laryngitis. He's
Actually, he is here.
Speak of the devil.
Of the devil.
there. He is, Omar, right on time. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got our other player. He missed the town crier and he missed this moment here, but we'll catch him up in a second. All right, so back to what we were doing. Gunmo has invited Scraps to
Camera's not other.
go catch some drinks. But what do y'all want to do? You've heard about, obviously, you've got some options available to you. You've heard the town crier has mentioned the situation at the jail. You can go speak to the justice or the sheriff. You can go hang out with Gunmo. And then, of course, obviously, you heard about when you've been invited to go speak to Randall Moore or at the Red Rock. So you've got a lot of options. What are we doing though?
Since him is like brand new, he's gonna defer to everybody else because he doesn't know what's going on really.
Scraps is going to be talking to Gunmo until he gets pulled aside and told to do otherwise.
All right. So Gunmo's talking to Scraps, telling him, all the things that has happened. Oh, Scraps, I was very successful for a while, it's crazy. For a little while there, I was traveling around. I was all the way down to Kalimshan that I'd ever meet. I even went to the 10 towns for a while, trading my skills. You always know I was good at building things. I taught you to tinker after all. That's what
You've always been the best.
I tried. But unfortunately, I hate to admit it, but I had a little bit of a problem, which is why I'm actually here. I made a little bit of a mistake. Someone had asked me to build a machine over there in Waterdeep, and it was a rich nobleman who basically just wanted a machine that would turn whatever he wanted into stone, because he was going to use it to turn, flowers and things for his garden into stone. But unfortunately, it seemed to have a slight malfunction.
What? Nothing you build malfunctions. You're the best, right?
I thought that too. But unfortunately, mate, that this time there was a malfunction, and it seems to have turned his prize stallion into stone. So it wouldn't have been a problem if I hadn't already spent the money, but I had already spent the money that he had given me. And so I had to sell almost everything I owned to pay him back. But that wasn't the worst of it. Even after that, he wanted his horse back. So now, I came here hoping that I could see Turang, as I heard that he's going into retirement. I was hoping possibly that I could meet him, or someone could go meet him for me, just explain my situation. I possibly get some form of a potion. He's supposedly the greatest alchemist in the world. Something that would maybe turn the horse back, a salve, obviously not a potion because it can't drink, but something that would just turn him back. I believe a stone salve would work, if I'm not mistaken. But that's why I'm here. And the noble's name was actually Count Markon de Weiskamp. Quite a nasty fellow.
You turned a horse into a rock?
It was an accident. I look.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
I thought so too. That's the funny thing is, I actually thought it was quite impressive. Is that turn the horse at me when I actually saw the thing, and it was arched. It was actually arched up like this, which is really cool. After you wouldn't believe it, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that I've got to get him back, because if I don't, well, I don't want to know what possibly could happen. This Count is already angry, and I promised him that I would be coming back. But now it's been quite some time. I'm beginning to worry that he might decide to take a more drastic approach.
And where is this alchemist?
I've heard from the town crier. I was actually listening to him myself. That's why I saw you just a little while ago. I was listening to him, and I heard that Turan, can you believe it? Out of all the people to arrive here in Dagger Falls, who would have thought that Turan one of the greatest alchemists would arrive here with his mother. But he is here, and I'm hoping that I can get a potion from him. Some people have said that he works for ingredients, and if that's the case, then maybe, some fine adventuring friend of mine could help me out. Scraps, I know you've saved my life before, and you've done so much already for me. You don't owe me anything. But I'm really in a hard spot here, friend. If I don't get this salve soon, then it might be the end for me. And I'm no adventurer.
Well, good luck with that then, I say, and I start pounding him on the back. Seems like you built yourself a shit canoe there.
I'm no adventurer. Well,
you don't have to help this boy. We got bigger problems with people dying of sleep fever.
Please.
He's
No,
worried
you
about
don't-
his own horse.
Wait.
No, he taught me how to be me. I can't just let him go. I can't. We have to try at least.
Well, for once in my life, I'm actually being quiet, so give me a moment.
There you are. I wonder what happened.
I'm sure Faraday has tons of opinions.
Here's what I believe we should do. I believe we have matters at hand that are slightly more important than this issue. We have not forgotten about you, sir. We will be back, and we will handle your situation. But we've got matters to attend to first.
Maybe just try and lay low for a little while, and don't let anybody find you until we can find you. Which
I'll do my
doesn't
best.
sound very good in the hindsight.
How about
I'll do-
this? You could possibly stay in our room that Kessler would probably be more than happy to let us utilize while we're here.
You'd ask that for me. That would be great. And then when you have a chance, you could go speak to Toron. In the meantime, I'll wait in the room, hang out there, maybe even once in a while have a quick drink with the little bit of coin I have left. And but please don't take too long. I mean, I really need this, little buddy. I really need this.
Absolutely. I actually have I was doing some new tinkering things, and I have a bunch of ideas that I want to run by you. So if you're sitting in the room for an indefinite amount of time and you're going to be really bored, I could leave you with these things and we could get it figured out, and that would be great. You're here perfect on time.
Thank you. And he shakes your arm, Scrap, and he does like that ultimate bro handshake from Predator.
My entire body just shakes up and down.
Son of a bitch.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. All right, so thank you, Scraps. I'll go ahead and wait here in the meantime. You don't know, you've saved my life again. I don't know how I'll repay you, but I will. I swear it. I swear, not just you, but all your friends. I swear to you. Thank you. And he kind of just goes off and
You mentioned a Viscount earlier and said that we should go on your behalf to him.
No, the Count is actually who I owe the salve to. I have to, his horse. If I have to find a way to turn that horse back, and the only thing I can think of, obviously, we can't do a potion. It would have to be a stone salve.
But the Count is in Waterdeep, right?
Yes, but once I get the stone
He's far
salve
away.
here,
Good.
yes, that's why I came here, as far away as possible. I got to the ass end of Faerun, but even with that, I know eventually he'll know I'm here, and when he finds out I don't have it, or I'm not even trying to secure it, well, I don't want to know what will happen.
Have you ever tried just giving him another horse?
I don't have the money. His horse is one of the finest stallions in all of Faerun. It's over 10,000 gold pieces for that horse.
So you need a stone salve or a really nice horse.
Yeah, incredibly. A horse almost made of gold, pretty much.
I mean, that's sometimes doable. You never know. At least we have it as a backup plan.
Thank you, my friend. I'll just wait here, like you said, and you'll speak to her for me, the owner of this tavern, to let her know that it's okay.
I'll come get you if it's okay.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. Oh, thank God. You don't know how much I was worried, how scared I've been.
Why don't you take some food with you up to the room and just, chill out there?
Thank you. I will. I also take a little bit. You see him. He grabs like a little bit of food, some bread, some cheese. Grabs a little mug of ale. starts walking up to the room, and again, you'll speak to her and let her know this is okay. I don't want to. All right, great. All right. He looks a whole lot more like. It seems like almost like it seems like the color has come back to his skin almost. You could tell he was really stressed out.
When he goes to walk by Bramblebeard kind of grabs him by the shoulder, pulls the cheese out of his hand, and then pushes him up the stairs.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dwarf. Please excuse me.
Now, Malkavia,
Bramblebeard, that was uncalled for.
I wanted the cheese.
Malkavia.
He's
You
really
could've
quite a
asked
nice
for it.
guy when his life isn't being threatened.
I didn't threaten his life. I don't threaten anyone.
I was waiting until he left.
With him having walked away, I lead over to Scraps. So I'd be like, should we figure out a way to make sure he stays in his room?
I mean, if he leaves his room and something bad happens to him, that's kind of his fault.
You're okay with that?
I mean, I don't think he's going anywhere. Did you see how pale he looked?
People tend to get that way when they're scared shitless. But, Scraps, have you known this man to get in predicaments like this often in the past?
I mean, the only other predicament that I known that he had got in was being captured by my clan.
So he's not one to get himself eyes deep in debt.
No, he's a craftsman. One of the best ones in all of Faerun for the most part.
Speaking of craftsmen,
He can turn horses into stone, so I mean...
You know, I was thinking about it, and this armor doesn't protect me much because I'm always in bear form, so...
I did consider that briefly during our last battle.
If you think it'd be better on someone else, by all means.
Most certainly, I'll put some thought into it. Does anybody else want a power up? He just gives you the eyebrow raises.
What kind of armor is it again?
I can do whatever you want. I can just improve anything. I'm amazing. I had Gunmo teach me. I can improve whatever. Out of character, I can improve like a shield, armor, or a weapon, or an arcane focus, or something. Make it +1 in magic.
All right, real quick, now that we're out of character for a second, just so I'm catching up here. Sorry, guys, I was a little bit late. So did we turn in both of the quests that we did?
Just
We haven't
No,
turned in
so
anything yet.
Okay, just one.
Or just one.
Okay, and also, Tony, is there a place where I could sell a silver necklace?
Yeah, you could sell it at. You can go ahead when you get to. You can either sell it at Full Gas, or you could sell it at the Leather Worker. They're interested in that kind of stuff. They'll go ahead and buy it.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
There's a pawn
Time to get
shop
some
on the
money.
corner.
Yeah, watch.
Alrighty,
You received 50 gold for the...
I got that. Thank you. I put it in already.
You missed the town crier, though, Omar. There was a lot of news of the world, information about
Yeah.
what's going on in
He
Dagger
had,
Falls.
I
he
gotta
had such
recap.
a long scroll.
He
There's
really
like
did.
dragging on the cobblestone behind him.
makes you wonder how many of those they print, right?
All right. So at this point, you got your Scraps' friend from his past, Gunmo, is now waiting, thanking God that he saw Scraps here and at all the places he could see him. And he's waiting in the inn. Oh, excuse me, the tavern, because the inn is, scene of a horrible crime. And so at this point, y'all can just RP what you want to do and let me know where you're ready to go.
So yeah, you missed a big exposition dump.
Alex gave me a recap via text, so I'm aware. But yeah, it's gonna take me a little while to catch up to speed.
What do you need me? Do you want me to go over the town crier again?
No, I don't want to waste everyone's time. I'll figure it out.
I got the bell ready to
God,
go.
that was like a
Omar.
solid 5 minutes of just talking.
Yeah.
We still have one more quest to turn in, right?
Yes, we need to go to the
Mhm.
Tanner Dual Leatherworks.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, let's go
Alright.
then.
And we could dump off all those goblin ears or whatever, right? Is that the guy?
Yeah.
The Marauders. All right, so.
At some point, him would like to just like.
Well, the
He hasn't
goblin.
been involving. Sorry.
Well, the goblins were actually Kesslar, and the bear was the Dolwar Leatherworks. And what did you say, Jay? I'm sorry.
Oh, him hasn't been involving himself in any of the conversations because he hasn't been involved so far. But in a quiet moment, he'll lean over to Scrap and say, "Could you possibly enhance my armor? It would help wonderfully."
I'll have to make sure that it's okay with everyone else, but I like to try and make sure everything is a group decisions. I can't do it a lot. I'm pretty limited. But if it's cool with everyone else, then I don't see why not.
It's fully understandable. It is something big, I can imagine. But
What's that, Scraps?
Him was just asking me if maybe I could use my improvements on his armor instead. But I mean, we'll still have to decide, I'm sure, right?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Does anybody else have any issues?
Guys.
It'll take me a night to do it, so it won't be right away. But
it's only one person, right, in the party? Is that what it is? You can do like one.
Yeah, well, I can have two things. One of them is used for the Bat of Holding, though, and the other one will be an improvement. So, yeah. Just one piece of armor or weapon or arcane focus or something.
Well, out of character, it's definitely lost on Bramblebeard, so.
Yeah, I noticed it with the beast shapes and stuff. So.
Just wild shape into a tank.
Yeah, I mean, the bear gets hit every time.
Does him have like? I guess it would be like the rapier, right? Like the main melee weapon that you'd be using.
yeah,
Or defense.
he's more dexy than strength, so yeah.
So would you want the AC bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably.
I could do that tonight when we go to bed.
Much appreciated.
All right, off to Dolwar.
All right, so we're going to Dolwars then, the leather workers. All right. Well, he's actually right there already. So when you arrive to Dole Workers, as you enter the Leatherworks, Dolwar looks up with a smile and speaks. So if you came back here this soon, you must have finished the job I told you about. So who or what was slaughtering my livestock? Some rival competition, I bet.
Show him Scratch.
It was actually possibly a very large bear, but also a what looks to have been a family of mountain lions.
Oh, you don't say. I knew about the bears, and I thought there might be a bear, but never would I have thought a mountain lion would come that far down. They must have gotten quite hungry, but I knew it. They get lazy, after some time, and they get, they take into hunting or livestock since it's so easy. They don't want to go in, and they get fat, they get slow, and they don't feel like going and hunting anymore that runs. They get used to just something standing there so they can kill it. But hey, I don't want to keep you any too long. I know me place, not the best smelling place. As he says that, you realize the leather works, part of the process of tanning leather is they use, old urine. So this place stinks to high heaven. It's caked urine, and you're walking in urine. Even it's all over the floor. It's everywhere. It's on his face. He even, takes urine and to test it to make sure it's right. He actually says it right in front of you. Oh, I actually have to test for me next batch. And he swishes it in his mouth. Oh, that's good urine. Good, very strong. This will make this a leather good. But anyway, here's the pay from some fresh leather I made. It's still like, it's not wet, but the smell is strong of urine. He hands it to you, and each one of y'all get 100 gold pieces.
Scraps is unfazed.
If I may ask for a check real quick from the people standing around Razanor for perception, just to hear something.
Okay.
Nothing important, just flavor stuff.
All of that?
My passive is 10, so I don't think Scraps would notice anything.
19.
My passive is 10.
Oh,
But-
you were just saying passive?
Yeah, roll. Everybody hit a perception check just to see if they hear
Alright.
this.
But I don't have it.
Well, I mean, are we actually searching for
Wow,
something? Or
okay.
it's More.
I
Double
think he's.
20.
Oh no, it's to see if you hear something from Ragnar as he's swishing it in his mouth. Okay,
no.
so almost everybody. Raznor is looking rather stoic, just very businesslike. But as he's swishing it in his mouth, you hear him gag as if he's throwing up in his mouth.
Oh, you feeling a little bit ill there? You never been to a tannery, Mr. Scary One? Well, probably best you leave then. I don't want you puking all over me floor. So, if there's anything else I can do for you, if not, I'll let you be about your business.
Actually, Dulalar, we actually have some of those mountain lion hides. Is there anything you might be able to do for us with these?
Well, let me see them. Can you hand them to me?
Hand it over? Or it goes in as like maybe, I think, do we put that in Scraps' pack or is that just any of our adventuring packs?
I don't have it in the bag of holding.
Okay, so then, yeah, it's probably in one of our packs.
Oh, okay. So you hand it to him then, and he'd say, "Oh yeah, this isn't a bad pelt at all. Whoever cut this off, it probably had a little bit of knowledge of skinning an animal before." He's flipping it over. They're nice and dry. You kept it supple, not too wet there. I think I could maybe do something with this. What are you looking at that? What do you want done? What are you trying to do with it?
Anybody have any specifics that they want?
I could make you maybe a hat or a coat, something to keep you warm.
I could use a lot of
I had in mind.
belts for an unrelated project.
A lot of belts. Did you say
It's
belts?
unrelated. I can find them elsewhere. It's okay.
You want some belts? I can make a lot of belts. I mean, that's just strips. So I
I mean, if
say-
nobody else wants anything, it's last resort.
I wouldn't mind a holder or maybe a sheath of some kind if you could make one for this dagger.
A leather sheath. So you want a few belts, a leather sheath. Let me see. If I take there, I cut the strip, and then right here is for the sheath. I could probably make you, and even probably an extra one. I could probably make you 1, 2, and then probably 2 strips for the belts, and then 2 actual leather sheaths for knives there.
What about a sheath for a short sword?
Ooh, you'd need another pelt for that. How many you got? Is that the only one you got? I don't know if you got. If you ain't got another one, that's not enough because the leather shrinks as I dry it and tan it. After I put the yarn, that compresses it and that hardens the leather. But you lose some of that when you make it. You got another pelt.
Instead of making the 2 for the daggers, then just let him use it for the short sword.
What, you changing your mind then, Mr. Half-Elf? Not a problem. I can do that for you. You rather have the short sword sheath? I'll tell you what. To take me, I got another order, but you come back say in a week. We'll say a week is like next week's game. You come back in a week, and I'm sure I'll have it for you. That sound good? And I'll do it for cost. I gave you 100 gold pieces. You give me 20 of those back. No, not even that much. You know what? I like y'all. I've heard about what you've done. You're making your good names for yourselves in this town. You're good people. So for each one of y'all, I'll just make it, give me 10. 10 total gold pieces for the making of that sheath. Total. For me time, and everything else.
So we done.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else I can do for you? You want to look at anything else? Or I got a few things here, I got leather hat, got some leather gloves. Maybe keep you a little warm, help you out while you might be fishing over there in the Tesh River. Anything?
Quick question. Do you know where the local smith is?
The local smith? Don't have one, but I have heard that not too long from now, a weapon master will probably be heading here. There's rumors all about it. After all, we had Torand here now, and a great alchemist is right down in our forest, was a day's journey from here. I'm sure a weapon master will be soon to follow. I can do some basic things, because I have an hammer and an anvil, but my quality of work won't be as good as the weapon master. But I'm sure one will be heading here very soon, and you'll be hearing about it. Pay attention to the town crier. He has all the news.
The only reason why I ask is we might have some ore to trade. That's really what that might be for.
Oh, well, if you got ore, I didn't say I wouldn't buy it. I have connections and people travel through. They come see me. I'm sure I could find somebody that might be interested in it that comes through here. What do you got? What are you trying to get for it?
Mr. Scraps.
Ah, the cobbles. Yeah. Hello, good sir.
We were wanting to get rid of that.
Are you going to use all of it?
I could certainly use most of it. Wait, maybe we could get rid of some. I have big plans.
I had assumed that we had maxed the capacity of the bag.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe you might want to free up some space for other things. More scraps of other kinds.
Yeah, I could probably go with losing like a good 400-ish pounds of iron.
A little bit of iron.
I thought you were going to be like 10, 20, 30 pounds, and I was like, Jesus.
400 pounds?
So Scraps turned the bat of holding inside out, and onto the floor of the tannery spilled a bunch of chunks of ogre, a ton of beetle parts, some undead limbs, a bunch of spider legs, a dwarven hammer, and 475 pounds of iron ingots.
My God, my Lathander, I good God, please, put that back in your bag!
It was gonna take so long to take them out one at a time, this is just easier!
What the hell is that? And by Lathander, what is that? Is that a dead beetle? It looks like
I'm slowly picking up the body pieces and putting them back in the bag and just I'm gonna leave 400 pounds of iron on the floor.
By the gods, look, I said I'd buy some of the iron ore. I didn't know you had 400 fucking pounds. Good God, man. Who the hell carries around 500 pounds of iron?
I just looked at Malkavia. You told me to do it. You told me to do it.
I didn't say all of it. I was asking how much you could part with. You said some. I wasn't expecting a majority.
We had a lot.
Okay, Scraps. Let's get this back in the bag.
Wait.
And then when the weapon master comes, we can give it to him.
Yeah, but this guy can still buy some. So, Dolo.
How much will you buy?
I could buy.
Look, you give us a fair price, and we kind of have a supply. So and just maybe you could do some additional work for us, as part of this payment.
I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. First of all, whatever I buy, you got to take it and move it and put it all out back. Because I'm not moving it from that spot and spending the rest of me damn day and breaking me back. When I got piss I'm walking in all day, I'm not going to be breaking me back too. So you got to put it out back for me after we make our deal. If we make a deal. Now, you said you wanted to leave me some because you wanted to keep a supply. That's not unfair. I hear you not. But at the same time, I've got to be making something out of it. So why don't we do this? I take the ore. I will take all of it. You move it back for me. I take it all off your hands. I will go ahead and pay you 500 gold pieces for all of it. That's it. I'm not paying you any more than that for all the ore. And when the time comes, when the weapon master gets here, I'll use me influence in the town. Everybody needs a little something. Maybe I'll do a little something for him. I'll do a little something for me. And I'll put a good word in you. Maybe we could get you a little sword or something made. Does that sound fair to you?
I would assume that 400 pounds of ore would make more than one sword. But at the same time,
Well, he's giving you money. Would you, out of character, he's giving you money. Would you rather
No,
you guys?
I'm fine with the 500 gold. I just want to see what everybody else says. But I mean, we're just giving him 400, not 475. We're giving 400.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
All right, so you take the gold. You take the gold then, and I make you put the good word in for your first sword later. Sound fair?
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about the mess.
He spits in his hand, and you see a little bit of yellow as he spits. All right, shake on it then.
Faraday is the one that does the contract negotiation sign-offs.
Fair halfling. I haven't heard much from you, little man, but here, go ahead, shake on it. I always love a fair deal.
Before I partake in this little whatever this is, may I ask you, sir, do you know where I might procure a crossbow of the finest quality?
Oh, like I said, the weapon master probably be coming to town soon, I would think. But right now, I can't think of anyone that would have a crossbow. No, I cannot think of anyone right now. But I know, I'm sure soon. You keep paying attention to that time cry. You're checking in weekly, and I'm sure a weapon master will be coming to town very soon.
Very well. That's a little bit disappointing. But and what about this? And I procure the silver necklace that we found early on.
Now that is something that I can help you with. I might not be able to help you with the crossbow, but I can definitely help you with that. Now, let's see how much that's worth. Let me take a look at that. You are trying to sell it, I take it, right?
Well, if the price is to our liking, if we may, in fact, part with it.
A smart man, you know. Okay, let me take a look. He takes it and he gets that little glass monocle thing out. But this is a very high quality. Where'd you get this?
Well, let's just say we found it during our journeys.
Yeah, found it during your journeys. This is all right. Well, it's got quite value. It looks very nice here. Yeah. How much you want for this?
Well, I was hoping you would say what you want to give me first, sir.
Oh, well. He kind of looks at you slyly. I give you 50 gold pieces for it.
Well, give me back the necklace.
Wait!
Give it back to me. Give it back to me now.
That was the beginning of negotiation, little halfling friend. Yeah, why did you get so angry so quickly? Just the beginning. We're bargaining. We're talking here.
Sir, whatever offer you have now has gone up by 50 gold pieces just for the insult.
All right, I hear you. You can't blame me. I'm a businessman. I'm here to try to make money. You can't blame me for trying to get a deal. You'd do the same thing in my position. So, all right. Let's start, negotiation fair again. I'm a good man. How about we say 250 gold pieces? Now, that's a fair price for a silver necklace of this quality.
Sir, not a single copper piece below 350.
Yeah. Let's I wonder if we should do it. I'll tell you what. Give me a persuasion check on that. If you can get above 14, then you're gonna get your 350. Roll persuasion for me.
I hate to break it to you, bro, but I'm +7.
Yo, that reminds me of Dave Chappelle. When keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
All right. So you flex your negotiation skills. You're like, and you try to flex your skill. I'm not going to do it for Faraday, but you try to, you start talking. I guess no. Yeah, now you got me to go up. But now you're just trying to win me, and I'm not going to let you do it. I will give you 275, and that's as high as I'm going.
I'll tell you what, chap. There's 6 of us. If you can make it 50 ahead, 300 gold pieces, I will accept your offer.
Could him help out a little bit?
You want to?
Could him help out a little bit?
But why?
Just kind of lean in and say, if an adventurer has it, you know it came at a great cost. Whether it be an adventure or some dungeon deep in the caves.
Here's the deal.
I look over at him like, who is this person?
You would have met me already.
I know, but I mean, you know. Okay.
That's just true Faraday style.
Yeah, that would have been Faraday. You could have met Faraday like 4 times, and he probably would have said that to you. All right.
All right. All right. So he say, here's the deal. I'll give you the 300, but each one of you has to swear to me that this necklace was taken from a dragon's hoard. Anyone asking around town, I'm gonna sell the story of this necklace. As this necklace was taken at great... You snuck into a dragon's den. The dragon was sleeping. You had to creep in, and on top of all the treasure you were just able to get, as you were gonna try to get more, you snatched this necklace because the dragon snorted, and you ran out with your lives, escaping all the way down the river Teshford to the town to turn this thing back in. That's the deal.
That's not even close.
Well, actually, that sounds very much like a Faraday story. I mean, did you hear that one already?
Sir, let me assure you, that necklace has seen the inside of a castle keep on the tallest of mountains. In fact, and I reach out and I cast light on it. So it starts shining brightly.
You don't need your politics. I told you, we're just selling the story now. You don't need to sell me. But you keep up with that keep story. Everybody in town, anybody meets, you know, and they have to ask you about jewelry, you let them know that the necklace of the greatest adventurer has right down there for the very holding. All the new adventurers and all the greenhorns are coming in town will buy it thinking it will bring them good luck or something.
Very well then.
All right then. And he spits again in his hand. Now this time you got to shake on it.
I cast Mage Hand. And the Mage Hand just kind of envelops the dude's hand and just shakes it.
Oh, that's right. Fine. Here's your money. I bet you take that out of me hand. And he hands it to you, a big bag, you know.
Yeah, I use the Mage Hand to like grab the bag, and I shake it.
I run prestidigitation over the bag of coin to clean it off.
Nice. So I
get your sanitizer.
I give 50 gold pieces to everyone, and except for him, and I look at him and I'm like, you haven't earned this yet, and I just put it in my pocket. I'll save it for later.
Fair enough.
Damn. Faraday's getting money, getting paid. All right. So, well, now that we've made our deal, is there anything else you have to sell? Anything else? Is that it, or?
Are we dividing the money for the iron ore as well?
Yeah, who took that?
I mean, we can certainly divide that. I'm fine with that.
I know who took it, but I'm not going to say anything in case they don't want to mention it.
Scraps took it, right?
That's what I actually thought. Yeah, but he doesn't like gold anyways, so.
Sure.
So that's 100 each, right? For the 5 of us.
As far as he's concerned, it's a downgrade because gold is less valuable for like making things. So.
Yeah, I mean, we could just divvy it up to 500 each for the 5 of us. And
500 each.
Oh, poor him.
Or the 100 each for the 5 of us. But I will give 50 of mine to him out of that 100.
That's a nice guy. Him didn't even do the work and got paid. Damn.
Not yet.
All right.
I'll consider it advanced. An advance.
So Tony,
Yes.
Tony, is there what's a charitable cause in town? Is there an orphanage? Is there I mean, I assume I just know people who are down on their luck, right? And
Yes.
there's obviously
Starving puppy orphanage.
Yes, there is. Some of the there's actually a house I built. There's a new right over here. It's vacant, and the kids. You notice that what you've heard is that around town, the kids that are losing their parents, a lot of them hang out near this vacant area, you know, and people kind of leave money. They leave bread, not the good bread, you know, with the white flour. They use the old brown flour that has pieces of stone in it because that's all, you know, they have to give away. But they do their best to help the little kids. So if you wanted to go by there, yes, you could do that and help the children.
all right. I'm gonna. I know people in town, so I'm gonna find somebody who's, you know, from the poorest section of town, could use the money, maybe like a widow or something like that. And I'm gonna tell her to go take care of the kids, and I'm gonna hand her 300 out of the 310 gold pieces I have.
My God, sir! God bless you, sir! God bless you!
It's not for you, it's for the children. Stop your blubbering.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I swear you're so kind, sir. So kind indeed, sir. So kind and so fine, sir.
Just fine. Stop it. Anyway, take care of them. Make sure they stay out of trouble, too. And don't just give them the gold because they'll get into trouble. They'll be on drugs and won't go to school.
How do you know that about her? Maybe we'll see her on the street a week later, neck deep in brandy.
Maybe, but I am a loophole, so I hope I picked somebody who I believe to be trustworthy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see her at that moment. She instantly goes to like one of the little shops that you see right here in the town square that you're at, and she begins buying fish. And you know, the fish is pickled enough that they can eat it right there. And you see her giving it to these kids. The kids have dirt all over their faces. She's covered in dirt. They're not even her kids, but she's just the oldest of the one taking them away. Yes, and she comes back. You're so refined, sir. Would you like a bite of the fish?
Oh, of course, I think.
Here you go. Thank you again.
All in my beard. And it's disgusting.
I've always heard that Alistair Bramblebeard was a great dwarf, hero of this place. And those it won't no lie. It's true. Everything they say is true.
No, you go spreading rumors like that, you'll never see another copper.
Oh, I won't then. I swear if you don't. Thank you. I'm
Didn't
sorry.
come from me. You don't know me. I didn't come from me.
Okay, you got it. You know,
Right.
I won't say a word, dear sir. We got
Right.
this. It was left in our little alms dish. Right, and she goes with her kids and she hurries on. She pulls up her little, you know, medieval hood, you know, and puts her hands and pulls her shawl and grips the kids and starts walking off quickly because she doesn't want people to know you gave her anything if that's what you don't. So she walks off quickly with the money and she's
My
gone.
intention is that, you know, with 300 gold, she could care for these kids for whatever,
Yeah.
like, probably like a year and take care of herself as well. That's,
Yeah, and you definitely get inspiration for that. Definitely get inspiration for your kind.
Tony, where can Faraday procure some pomade, some wax pomade?
That I would think that
Ever
Turan.
with vanity.
I would definitely think that Turan would have that, or you could also maybe try Fulgas. You know, Turan would definitely have it though.
Okay, so I will make my way towards. Forgive me. What was his name again, sir?
You have
What was his name? The guy, Torath.
Fulgan or Turan. Turan is out of town though. He's a day's journey away. That was Scrap's friend.
Okay, so who is it that's got it? Who might have it now?
You could probably go check out Fulgas if you want pomade for
Fulgas.
RPing. We'll say that Fulgas. You walk in the.
Okay.
You're going into Fulgas's house. Actually, all the way down here. We'll just leave you all sitting right there for now, though, rather than have them move the characters. Welcome to Fulgas. Oh, I've seen you before. Heard about you also around town there. Can't say I know your name, but people have pointed you out. You're that famous little halfling. Cleared out Eagle's Ivory. Is that true?
That is correct, sir. W.N. Faraday at your service.
I'm Fulgas. Fulgas Caravan Supply. You might have heard the commercial on the town crier. We've been paying.
Now listen to me for a second, man. I
It's a
am
halfling. Oh, fine. I'm just talking a little.
for the finest pomade that you own. Please, from the furthest reaches of Faerun, I need the absolute finest quality pomade wax that you have to offer, sir.
Then it's a one little friend, and he kind of creeps over, looks at it, then he goes back, and you hear him shuffling around papers, you know, moving stuff around. Oh, I know, I've got it right here. not many people, he pokes his head back up, not many people come in for pomade anymore, but the ones who do, we of course keep the fun. Let's just hold on 1 second. Let's hold on 1 second. Yeah, okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yes, this is Dapple Dan pomade. The very best. Dapple Dan.
For Dan.
Dapple Dan pomade. Would you like only the finest pomade, little man? Here, take a look.
So Faraday takes the jar, uncaps it, sniffs it.
Wait, before you uncap it, you have to pay for that, you know.
No. I have to sample the material.
Sample?
Yes, I do not pay for pomade unless I have sampled it first, sir.
I can't believe the audacity.
I'm gonna.
You better buy that.
Faraday smells it. He takes like his little pinky.
Come now. Oh, good God. Come now.
And then he takes like a little 2 fingers worth, and he curls his mustache.
This is insulting.
Yes, this is unacceptable.
Unacceptable! Unacceptable! Get out of my store! Get out! Get out! Get out!
No. Okay, never mind. And I just walk out with my freshly
You
curled
have the
mustache.
nerve to use it, and then you don't even pay? Get out!
When you find a vendor to sell you the proper pomade, then let me know, sir. And I'll walk out.
He kind of just slams the door. Oh, I can't believe it. The audacity. You hear him grumbling from inside, yelling to himself. Oh, I spent my whole life trying to sell and help this town.
God, what a diva, Faraday.
Scoff, Dapper Dan.
All right, so...
No, it's... a man has to have his standards.
They don't even carry Prim Patrick.
He's gonna be a Dapper Dan man now. That's all.
All right, very well.
Before we had left that Leatherworks, could I just have gave him some gold for some like leather, excuse the pun, scraps, cutting runoffs and stuff like that, like bits he wasn't going to use.
I ain't got charged, me. I'm not going to charge you for no scraps there. You don't have to worry about that. I'll just give it to you for free.
You're the best.
Not really. You're giving me leather, and I'm making the short sword, so the scraps are yours anyway.
Yeah, but you gave us 500 gold. But never mind. I had to leave.
What? What was that? I forgot I'm supposed to be using my Scottish accent. For that guy. Switching accents. Switching voices. All right, so what are we doing at this point? Y'all just kind of let me know when y'all are ready.
Well, we got to figure out about the Dreamfever. That's priority.
Huh?
What's that? It's either Dreamfever or we help Scraps' buddy.
Well, you also got the murder, too. You could, investigate the murder. You got to investigate the murder, advance the story with the Dreamfever, or do personal side quest stuff for Scraps.
I mean, realistically, our priority would be the Dreamfever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, y'all are headed.
Although, it should be said that if this alchemist is as skilled as he is reported to be, he might be able to create some sort of cure, or at least treatment, for those already afflicted. And don't forget that we have an appointment with, what was his name? The adversary of the constable.
Randall Moore.
Yes.
That's.
Yeah, I mean, where do we stand on the investigation? Basically a dead end again, right?
Well, you got more information about, that what happened at Eagle's Eye Ree with Colderan, who attacked there, and what happened there when you found the sword. So you know a little bit more. You now know that the Night Dwarves were created by Colderan through his dark magic. So you know that. So you know at one time they were living human things, or at least living humanoid creatures, turned into that by dark magic. You found that in the letter. And that's about it right now. And you could go report that to the constable, or you could go meet Randall Morn. You can go do a few things. It's up to you. Randall Moore wanted to talk to you. Constable wants a few people, but Randall was the big one that said he wanted to talk to you outside the town.
So, Tony, you're saying that the letter clearly identified Calderan as the creator of the Night Dwarves.
I'm sorry, I confused you with the other team. Your letter, because I had fixed it. Your letter had actually said that Calderan had destroyed the dwarves within there. They had forged the sword Dormgrim Blightblade. Somebody actually posted it, because I think I gave it to you, and somebody posted it in your session notes, if I'm not mistaken. But Dorm Brightblade had forged the sword Olar. You know that his wife Belisarius, because Alistair Bramblebeel, that's right, Alistair had read the whole story to you about Belisarius, because he had heard the story. It was a legend of, I let him read it to you. And Belisarius was the wife. She had wanted jewelry from the dwarves, dwarves and Eagles Irie. The dwarves and Eagles Irie.
But I mean that was all just the whole like she's pissed off. She tells Calder and her husband. Calder goes over and cuts everything. But did we find anything about?
Yes, because and at the bottom of the letter, scrawled that Alistair barely saw, was also that he also saw that Calderan, apparently the high priestess of the dwarves, had realized that the night dwarves that were attacking them in that battle inside there had to have been created by Calderan as some form of dark, corrupted, natural magic.
I mean, we remember there were still a bunch of city guards guarding that weird trapdoor thing in the ruined church still. We haven't looked into that.
True.
It's called, if the constable is keeping secrets, that's probably not great.
So should we go to the constable then and provide him the information that we know, or should we go to Randall and tell him the information that we know?
I say, do we want to give the constable the information we know?
That's a good question.
Tony,
what is the information we know?
we know that Calderan is the one that's creating the Night Dwarves, and so far what we've come across is that we've only seen the Night Dwarves in this city. We did not see any of them in Eagle's Irie. We did not see any in the forest. We only encountered mountain lions and goblins. So it stands to gather that the city is where the Night Dwarves are.
Ah, yes.
It would certainly be a good excuse for an uprising.
So the question is, actually, Tony, can I do how much information do I know about Randall, or how much does anybody know anything about Randall? Because we're all kind of never.
I have pretty well versed in the surrounding area.
I would assume.
I feel like Alistair would probably know the most, because as far as I recall, he's the only local here.
Well, we know that Randall is the rightful ruler of this town, that he was usurped by the constable Trent, and of course the Zimtarim put constable on the throne here, and that was something that happened when they had a battle a few years back. You know that Randall is an honorable man, pretty much. His reputation is good. He's the leader of the Freedom Riders that actually ride around, and as you heard from the town crier, they actually sacked and attacked one of the constable's incoming caravans and made off, and they've been giving that money now, helping out the community with that money. So the constable, obviously, again, he's a usurper. He was usurped by the constable. He's a rightful ruler. He is related, know from the letter, you saw and you heard already, that he is related. The original to Randall Morn was the actual Calderan. So Calderan was the king, the Mage Lord king, and that was in the letter all those years ago. And now Morn is his relative. Now, of course, Morn is a good guy. Calderan, not so great, but he is his descendant directly from Calderan himself. And that's why one of the reasons the dwarves that y'all had met in the forest, remember, they kind of didn't like Randall. They couldn't hate him because he wasn't bad. They didn't directly hate him and want to attack him, but they didn't really want to aid him because of what had happened from one of his descendants had pretty much wiped out their descendants. So they were kind of not too great with Randall Morn.
So I look at the group because I mean, I guess the day of shopping and eating and all that other stuff. What time is it now?
Well, you've walked around now. Faraday went to try to get some Dapper Dan. I'd say it's probably about midday at least right now, 12, 1 o'clock.
All right, I look to the group and I tell them, I have an idea, but we should talk privately. Shall we head back to the inn for a moment?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, if you insist.
So I guess we saunter our way back to the inn.
Back to the tavern.
Yeah. And I want to go up to Kesla and tell her. Just approach Kesla. If we go to a room and have a conversation there, can there be an assurance that there will be nobody listening in? And I hand her 10 gold.
You don't have to pay me. You are some of you, after what you did for me, I'll guarantee your secrecy. You'll have your privacy. Keep your money.
I appreciate it. So if we go up to the room, I want to shut the door, closed off.
All right, so you go
Let's
and
just hanging out here.
Yeah.
Very quickly, Tony, out of character. Can we say for purposes of argument or whatever, just trying to get through speed or whatever, that I purchased 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs?
Yeah, man. Go ahead. When you were at Fulgat's, before you insulted him about the Dapper Dan.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Hans' parting gift.
Yeah, you were able to buy that. You smartly bought that before you looked at the pomade. We'll just say that.
All right. Fair enough.
So what we know is that the constable has been keeping a guard on a ruin in the city, and we know that he's constantly at odds with Randall. I think there might be an opportunity if we talk to Randall, tell him what we know and what we found out so far, and see if maybe he can cause a distraction for the entire city, which would then possibly alleviate some of those guards from the temple, so that we might be able to go check that out.
That's not a bad idea. Perhaps also, if we get Randall Morn's full support, we can also talk to the alchemist, show him that we already have allies, and then he might be able to assist with that and this disease as well.
If Randall is an honorable person, I would assume that he would probably look at the best interest of the entire city. So I could only imagine that would be part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the alchemist's on Randall Marn's side and not the constable's side.
Right.
Well, from what we know so far, it seems like the alchemist is on the alchemist's side. He's here for his retirement.
That works too.
So maybe we could actually tell Randall to see if he could seek out this alchemist for us in the interim, and possibly see if they might be able to assist with Dreamfever as we investigate the temple or church.
It's not a bad idea.
It's a really good idea.
Since he does have kind of a cavalry unit to move around a little faster than we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Malkavia, sometimes you do have good ideas.
The things I want to say, I'm just like, in character, out of character, in character, out of character.
There's just like a 30-second silence in the room as everyone just kind of looks at Faraday and Malkavia.
So I just turn, avoid eye contact with Faraday, and I go, does anybody remember where we might be able to find Randall?
If I recall correctly,
Oh, wait. Him.
He's at the Red Rock.
Yes.
Oh, he's like what, downstairs?
Well, he had told you to meet him at the Red Rock.
Oh, we're
Okay.
right here. Jesus.
oh, well, shit. All right.
Did we not meet him on the way up?
Yeah, God. He was there eating stew right there at the bar, waiting for us. We walked upstairs and be like, we should find Randall.
Randall. Well, no, you don't exactly see him. He had told you that when you got there to talk to Kessler. If you remember in the beginning, he said meet him at the Red Rock. Let Kessler know. So you have to let her know that you're there to meet Randall. If you're there, that's what you're there to.
Right, just sitting there eating.
Okay, all right. So back downstairs. I feel like we're in two. It's like, all right, and everybody follow me over here. And everybody.
Can I say that Scrap stays in the room with Gunmo, and he needs his help with some contraptions and tinkering stuff. He's gonna pull out the other 75 pounds of iron and sit there and work with Gunmo on a new creation.
Oh my God. Randall's now working with Gunmo.
Scraps is working with Gunmo.
Oh, okay. Scraps. About to say. I was like, is that this? How did this happen?
Scraps is staying in the tavern room, and he's gonna work with Gunmo to make this new creation thing. He's got to spend some time on it. So.
All right. So you're helping Gunmo. Scraps, welcome back, man.
Well, he's helping me. I think.
James, you're quiet.
Welcome back, Scraps. I'm glad to come on in. We'll work on this together. And he opens the door and lets you on in. And so everybody else.
James can't hear you.
I can hear. I'm just going. Yeah, I'm just going with everybody.
Oh no, I said James.
Yeah, I can't hear James either.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can't hear him. He muted?
Doesn't say he's muted.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, he's making noise now.
Yeah, I'm
James.
good now.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
I had turned on push to talk and I forgot.
Yeah. That'll do it.
And I'll say during this time is when I'm setting up my orphanage thing, so.
Okay.
So.
Malkavia, I was going to cast a spell that Hans taught me in the hour, but I suppose if you're going to go speak to Randall Morn, you need a bit of supervision, so shall we?
Yeah, you taught me a few things too, especially for dealing with you, but we'll say that for later.
Where is this Randall Morn fellow? And I just walk by everyone down,
Oh my God.
like down the stairs.
And Raznor goes with you because you need supervision.
The chaperone.
So him, Raznor, Faraday, and Malkavia all go back downstairs to talk to Kessler.
Welcome back, dearies. What can I do for you?
Randall Morn, who do you know? Where is this fellow?
Keep your voice down.
Randall Morn!
Shut up! Don't you know he's a wanted man?
Clap over Faraday's mouth.
You start you see guys in the room start perking up.
Come on, man.
I slam my foot down on his foot.
You got to be. Randall Morn is a wanted man in this town, and we are all. This is the place of rebels. If he invited you here, you've got to be quiet. If they find out that this is where the rebels gather, they'll come and slaughter us all. Now, please be quiet. Now, if you want to speak to Randall,
Really, Faraday. Faraday. What would an innkeeper know of the location of a known rebel and traitor to this town? You think they just listen to every single conversation that goes on? No, she's busy. Mind your own business.
Actually, I do know a lot because I'm part of the Rebel Alliance with Morn. That's why you need to be quiet.
I glare Raznor and I go.
He was saying that very loudly for the sake of the others in the tavern.
Got it.
I was gonna do a little riff on rancid corn in the food. But,
So she looks at you now and she's, oh, now look, Morn has smuggled himself in. If you want to meet him, he's in the back room upstairs. I'll let him know. Go ahead. Go, hurry, go.
In the back room upstairs. What kind of person do you think I look like, sir? And I just
the kind that makes us money in the back room upstairs.
Razano, it does not suit you. And I'm just gonna walk by and now head up the stairs again.
All right. So
I also mentioned to Kessler, I was like, Kessler, really quickly, is there any way that you might be able to procure a cooking set of some kind that I might be able to take with me?
Oh, actually, I do. I have a lot of old dishes and cooking sets I no longer use anymore. But here, take this one. She hands it to you.
When we leave, not right now, but just when we leave.
Fine, I'll leave it by the door for you. I'll put it in a sack, and when you're ready, just grab it on your way out.
Thank you.
Have a good one, dear. Please keep it quiet. All right, so you walk there into the room, and inside, as you open the door, swords come out. Shh! It's Randall Moore.
Whoa.
Randall Moore and his men. But then Randall stepped. It's fine. I know who they are. It's okay. They can put down your swords. They come here to speak to me. Welcome. I'm glad that you have come. I was surprised that you made it, but if you're here, I knew I had made the right decision about you when I told you to come and visit. Thank you for taking your time to come see me. As you know, of course, many of you know that the throne was stolen from me. And right now, but that is not my biggest concern. What I care about right now is this damn Dreamfever. What's causing it, and what's behind it, and how can we stop it? I can't have more citizens dying. These are my people, and it's my job to protect them the best I can. I feel so damn helpless. And he kind of throws his drink. I'm sorry. I shouldn't let myself get that angry, but...
Oh, don't apologize. We all have emotions, especially those of us in authority. If we can't express them, how are we mortal? How are we not just automatons?
Yes, that happens to me all the time.
Thank you, friends. You understand a great deal. It's hard. I've lost so much in my life, but then to see my people suffer like this unnecessarily and I know it's some great evil. I know it because not too long ago, before the Night Dwarves even arrived, there was a high priestess here named Eregin, and she disappeared. I never trusted her, never knew something was right, but soon as she was gone, this is when all this started. And I know that the constable has to know what happened because she was hired and brought here by the Centurion to start a new temple for them.
What did you say this high priestess' name was?
Eregin.
She didn't happen to be a dwarf, did she?
No, she was a human with dark hair and green eyes. A beautiful woman, I must say, but not very trustworthy. I knew something was off about her from the first day I met her, but never could say what, and I was too busy, of course, worrying out there, trying to protect the Dales, to concern myself with one priestess. But once the disease had started, I knew she must be behind it. For why else would she have disappeared so quickly? And then people started dying. She had always said that she wanted more out of life. What can I...
We have information. Maybe you might be able to help us piece some things together. But we also have an idea. So far from what we've come to know is that we encountered a night dwarf here, but they weren't a dwarf at all. We had killed them, and their body was more wood-like, and their blood was acidic.
Like this, and I just pull out one of the arrows that has some green gunk on it.
Dastardly, truly dastardly.
We went all the way out to Eagle's Eyrie to see if there might be some clues, but there were no presence of night dwarfs at all within Eagle's Eyrie. But we did find a weapon and also some information regarding Calderan.
He looks down. The minute you say that, the name Calderan, his men look at him. They quickly look and then look away, like they didn't mean to look. And he kind of looks down a little bit in shame, but he doesn't say anything. Keep going.
Did I perceive that? Did Faraday perceive that?
Yeah, you saw it. It was easily seen. I mean, he just...
And from what we have also gathered is that Calderan's the one that created the night dwarves. So my question to you, well, one other bit of information. We've searched all over the place, and the only place we encountered a night dwarf was here in the city, and the only place we do not have access to is what's guarded, is the ruined temple. Do you have any information that could potentially help us understand what this picture is?
I do. I happen to know something that has to be going on. Can't tell you exactly what's happening in the temple, but I know that any information would be held by Calderon in his personal journal records that he keeps inside the warehouse. If we could get access to those somehow, that might give us the information to know not only what happened, maybe with Aragon, maybe perhaps she was sent off, I don't know, maybe sent somewhere to work, who could say, but we will be able to find out what happened if we can maybe get a hold of those records that are stored under lock and key inside the warehouse. I need that information.
I have an idea then. Is this warehouse very well protected?
Yes, it's heavily guarded.
Good.
What I do know is that every day, or every shift, one of the guards is given the key. They do it randomly to the gate upstairs. Now, this gate, of course, is locked and of course, trapped, so be careful. I have gotten that from my spies, but I do not know which individual will have the key.
So, here's a few ideas. Actually, I think that this might work. I was considering maybe having you all cause some sort of distraction because I'm really curious about this ruined area, because that's the only place we haven't been able to search. That was around the area where we saw the Night Dwarf. What if you were to cause an incident near this warehouse, or close to it? That way maybe one of your men might be able to sneak in and handle whatever business is needed there, but might distract some of those guards that are guarding the temple, allowing us access into it.
His men kind of grumble, but he's shh. Silence. His idea is sound. My men are hard. I think your idea is good, and I want to help you. I want you to help me as well. Get those records for me. Get them, and I will cause this disturbance. With those records, not only will I could find out the information, but they also carry something else, something of great importance. They carry the illegal tax skim records of this town that the constable has been taking off the people. With that information, I could erase the debt of all the citizens, putting everyone to zero and making sure the constable can no longer stranglehold these citizens with perceived and fake owed taxes. Can you do this for me? And then my men will risk our lives. We're already ready to risk our lives for the town. But knowing that you would do this for us, then we could risk our lives for you with confidence on your plan.
I look to him, Rasnor, and Faraday.
You have my sword on this.
I don't have a bow, but I will help as much as I can.
Morn, you don't mind if I call you that now, do you?
Yeah,
perhaps
of course
I
not.
call you Randall. Listen here, man. Listen here, man. One nobleman to another. Really, what is the situation regarding a reward for such a clearly dangerous task?
He looks at you kind of quizzically, puts his eyebrow up. Aside from helping to save the lives of every man, woman, and child.
Yes. Aside from helping to save the lives of every man, woman, and child, and animal, and cat, and dog, what kind of financial reward? Surely those documents are worth at least something to you, sir.
Well, if money is all that you love, then I can guarantee you, little one, that money is what you will get. Help me get this information. And if that is what you want, I will reward you with something greater than money. What kind of weapon do you use?
Well, I'm partial to the finest crossbows.
If you retrieve this information for me, and you bring it back, and it has what I need to guarantee the financial security of the entire town and all its citizens and farmers, then I can promise you a crossbow you'll be very happy with.
I'm going to turn to the other guys and say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Faraday, I have found that if you do good deeds and do them honorably and charitably, the rewards tend to flow by themselves.
No good deed goes unpunished, sir. And I will take it from me because I've been through some things. Anyway, I will walk away from Random go to my room where I will stay in there for 1 hour and cast Find Familiar.
Find Familiar, okay. So now it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd say. Y'all talked to Morn, starting to get a little dusk, but not too much. Let's go and find out what everybody wants to do. I'll just read off names because not everybody might get a chance to talk here.
So, FYI, my familiar is a peregrine falcon, goes by the name of Archibald.
I heard that on a Falcon's or Eagle's name or something before. Where have I heard that? The Muppets. The freaking Muppets. That purple eagle was named Archibald. That purple eagle or whatever.
My falcon's name is Archibald.
All right. So, Jay, what are you doing right now?
What time is it? Is it like nighttime or is it just afternoon?
It's getting to be nighttime. It's like 5:30. It's getting around, a little dusk.
Well, in that case, him will go down, get an ale, some food, and just sit and eat. And then once he's done eating, go and do his nightly routine.
All right. So you go down, you grab some cheese and some wine and some meat, just hanging out there eating. All right. So that's what him is doing. Faraday, Mr. Omar, what are you doing, buddy?
That's it. I'm casting my Find Familiar, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting until we reconvene to go on this document search.
Gotcha. Okay, Mr. Bramblebeard.
I imagine I'll be back late after setting up the situation in town, and then when I get back, I guess I'll pop in and see what's going on, get the lowdown on what happened with Randall Morn, get some food, bring it up to my room, and fall asleep eating.
Gotcha. All right, Colin.
I'm just gonna stay in my room with Gunmo working on my creation. If anybody walks by the hall or anything, you hear weird whizzes and pops and weird sounds, some slight explosions and things coming from inside the room. But just stay up later into the night and kind of swap out here and there with Gunmo working on this.
All right.
I nibble on some spider legs in my bag.
All right, Alexander, what are you doing?
Like chicken strip.
So I will finish talking to Randall about the warehouse location, all that other jazz, and then after that, I will actually go down to the kitchen.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. If you ask Randall, you continue talking to him. What do you ask him? He might have more to tell you. Do you want to ask him anything about the warehouse?
Yeah.
The alchemist.
Yeah, there's other things. Yeah, so I was gonna get to that. So I was asking him location, shift schedule, and if there's any accessible entrance to get in there.
Well, I can tell you this, my man. The first thing you should know, of course, the shifts are from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. So that's when the shift changed, and that's when they changed the key. The key is exchanged inside. Again, you would not know what have it. I would suggest subterfuge. You may be a lot of things now. A lot of things are stored in that warehouse. You may be tempted. Try to grab something. I stress to you, use subterfuge. Get in quietly, grab the documents, and get out. Don't get greedy. Don't grab for anything else. There'll be gold in there, possibly magical weapons. Don't let your greed get the best of you, or I swear you'll probably end up dead. The only way there are two entrances possibly in. You can go through the door. How you would get there and inside is up to you. Or on the roof is a trapdoor that you could go through. And then you could enter that way. But that's the only two possible entrances into the secure warehouse. If you choose not to use subterfuge and attack, I stress to you, the guards here have become strong. They have employed new people and new men to come to town from all my raids. They are well trained, Father Zimtarum, and ready and prepared. So make sure you are just as prepared if you are going to take the route of violence. I wish you the best of luck and hope to see you soon. Is there anything else you want to know?
Yes, and Tony, actually, out of character. So the key was on a guard to get into the warehouse, right? Or is the key for the documents in the warehouse?
The key for the documents in the warehouse.
Okay. All right.
The warehouse door is actually just guarded. They really don't even lock, because it's 24 hours, there's people there, so it really doesn't get locked. But the documents upstairs, and he also stressed to you, I must stress to you the importance of the strength of the poison. Make sure whoever you send in, whether it be one or all, whoever goes to that gate, make sure they know how to open and disable a trap and a lock. For if that trap goes off, I fear whoever it is may not return.
Understood. One last thing. There's an alchemist that recently came to... Wait, is it Turan? Turan?
Turan. Turan.
We've heard of an alchemist that's in the surrounding areas, and we think he might be able to assist with this Dreamfever. Is there any way that you get your men to potentially rally him over here?
My men are busy just trying to patrol the forest and do everything they can to keep the roads safe and bring down the constable's men. I don't believe we could get anyone over there. I do apologize, but I do know of Turan the Great. He is very wise and very smart. Perhaps if you get over there, you could find out more, but I simply do not have the men to spare at this time.
But this could potentially help out with the Dreamfever.
I know.
What if you yourself came with us? I believe if we could show him and prove to him that we already have allies in this endeavor, he would be more disposed to helping us with this Dreamfever.
Ah, that I can help you with. That is a good idea. Give yourself inspiration for that, Razanor. I can give you a letter of writ. Do not show this letter to anyone outside of someone you trust or need help greatly. This will let you know that you have my assistance and my trust. He takes out a wax seal. He motions for one of his men to come over. He has a seal. One of them kind of bends over with like a lamp and everything, and there's like melted wax. He quickly takes it. He lets a little drip off, and he stamps the parchment, and he kind of like pushes it together, and he hands it over to Raz. This will make sure that anyone that is good-hearted and true to the Dalelands will help you. And he hands you the writ of assistance.
Razanor hands it to Malkavia so that Scratch doesn't accidentally shred this important document.
All right. Then I believe that that's all. Randall, hopefully we'll be back with some good news.
Best of luck to you, sir. May Lithando be with you all in this great endeavor.
May the light of justice shine upon you.
And it's 9 o'clock, so before we get doing anything else, let's take a break because it's 8:57. Everybody take a 5-10 minute break here, and we will be right back stream. And we are going to see what they do. If they attack the warehouse, sneak in, how they sneak in, whatever they're going to do, it's up to them. And we'll put the camera on it. All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Everybody, grab a drink. And before I go, please join our social channels. JC, if you want to put the socials up in Twitch, you can join our Discord, our Facebook. Like I said, we also do TikTok now. We do a lot of builds. You can see our pictures on Facebook. I think I just posted like 20-some shots of this new table because you don't get to see the whole table when we play. You're only seeing like a little section of it. It's a huge table, 6x4. So if you want to see all those and see more shots, you can. And check that out. And again, thank you for support. I don't know if anybody has subscribed tonight or if they cheered, but if you have, thank you so much. We appreciate every bit of support we get. Everyone watching, our Patreon supporters, shout out to them. Thank you so much. Definitely, we appreciate that. And just keep watching. Thank you. Be right back, guys, in a few seconds. Oh, and if you're interested in hire us for your own private game, we do that as well.
Pizza or salad? Which one do you think I'm having for dinner tonight? Well, it's not this. It's definitely not this rabbit food. Why? Because this is going to do nothing but leave me craving this. All you have to do to lose weight and have the perfect body is to eat less. How many times have you heard that tired old lie? Want to lose weight? Go on an extremely low-calorie diet. Simple, right? Wrong. Losing weight does not mean always being hungry. Losing weight does not mean salads 3 times a day. And before you slam me with the whole, that's easy for you to say, this isn't about me. This is about the thousands of people worldwide that I've been fortunate enough to be able to help with their weight loss goals, allowing you to eat real food all day long, yet still lose weight faster than you ever have. Now, you can think that I'm being a little too harsh, but please know that I need
All right. Everybody's coming back in a second. Don't forget to unmute Discord though when we go back.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, they won't be. Everybody should be coming back in a second, and then we are going to find out how they want to go about the heist. The heist. The Dagger heist. Ocean 6. Why not? You could plan. I mean, look. I'm gonna give you a total shot of this warehouse. All right. Depending on what choices, if you go, just check it out, and you'll be able to. Because I assume I know what that eagle's gonna be used for. Pretty sure. I'm 99% sure they're gonna use it to observe from the air. Yeah, take the whole session. But yeah, if you use the eagle, we'll wait till everybody gets back, and then I'll give you a overview. Oh, I'm sorry, Falcon. My mistake. They are. They're some of the smartest birds too, aren't they? That's why they're highly trainable. That's the warehouse right there. All right, now how you see this warehouse with where the guards are positioned is how it is positioned in real life. So where you see these guards standing and everything else, that's where they would actually be standing in the actual real world. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. JC is fixing the camera right now. That's why the stream can only hear me. He's just getting a perfect shot of the warehouse for you, so you have a really good view of your Falcon. But of course, thank God we got this mini tripod that y'all recommended, or we would not even be able to get any angle on this thing. You can take the top of those off if you need to, Lon. Okay. So if you need to take the top of those houses to get a good view, you can. That might be because that roof might be in the way. What? Well, we'll know in a second. Oh, I can see you on camera fixing stuff. Hey, you gotta get rid of the "be right back."
Oh, I'm starting.
Yeah, we're not technically. Yeah, we're not starting yet.
Game.
You let me know when you got the right camera angle, then bust it on in, and we can start. In the meantime, stream, hopefully you're liking this map that I built. You can't see everything. I'm actually going to be doing a video soon where I just do show the entire map with like a flyby and all that, so I'll go ahead and do that. And also, there's stuff underneath this map. What I mean is this is a tiered build. This isn't all the build. underneath this terrain, I lift it up, and there's even more terrain. But I don't want to say what's under the map because it's a surprise for the players. But there's something really cool underneath all this terrain. And when they get to it, I'll be lifting off battleboard piece by battleboard piece. And I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be messy because even though the battleboards make it where you can lift off stuff, I put so much stuff on the boards that I'm sure there's going to be some earthquakes where the pieces fall apart. But we won't worry about that right now. Oh, push that street in, Lonnie, at the end. You see how there's a gap right there? It's pushing at the end. There you go. All right. And I think we're going to have it soon here. Sorry, stream. We're trying to get this really good angle for the group so they can really see what they're trying to do here with this warehouse. Dwarven Forge is awesome, but you gotta get that really good shot when you're using 3D terrain, especially when the players aren't at the board. All right. I think he has it. How we looking on the camera? You ready? All right. It is still nighttime right now. We'll say now it's about 7 p.m. I put y'all, you said you wanted to go take a look at the warehouse, so I put you at the end of the street, right where the warehouse is. So you can, I assumed you were moving over to the warehouse. If not, we can obviously RP the tavern. Let's do that first. But it's still nighttime because he just had his talk with Randall Morn. So let's go ahead and RP the tavern then. You can go ahead and put us back. Everybody's in? Except James. Okay, we'll go ahead and start us. James will just be eating. He won't be talking while we're eating. All right. We're about to start back, and they are starting the tavern. It's about 7 p.m. Malkavia has just finished his talk with Randall Moore. It took about an hour. So in that time, everybody got their familiar that was doing their familiar. So right now, I'm going to let the group take it away, and Malkavia, I guess, is getting back with the group.
Well, actually, I wanted to, after that talk with Randall, I wanted to go away to another room, not the same room as Faraday. I also wanted to get a familiar out as well.
You want to get a familiar? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say everybody's chilling for another hour. They're in the rooms doing the same thing they were, eating, burping, and Malkavia gets his familiar. All right, so now another hour, so it's now 7:30, we'll say.
So is everybody downstairs, I guess?
Where's everybody? Let's find out.
Scraps is in his room still.
I'm eating downstairs. I came back from setting up my orphanage.
Setting up the
orphanage.
It's not mine.
Do you really?
You'll probably still be eating too.
Same.
All right, so Malkavia joins everybody. And on his shoulder, a great horned owl.
Ooh.
Faraday sees the owl and instantly conjures Archibald on his shoulder. The peregrine falcon is the fastest flying animal in the known world.
It's not always about speed.
Yes, well, sometimes it is. I'm just gonna walk away.
Besides, Faraday, how can the peregrine falcon compete with your tongue?
Well, I am quick-witted, so nicely pointed out, sir.
I'm gonna roll a nature to see if I realize that these creatures are not natural beasts.
What did you get?
I got a 3.
You rolled a 3 twice.
Just appeared out of
But
thin
if
air.
I had advantage, I would
You
have
rolled a
rolled.
3 twice.
You think they are very real.
Oh, so
That
the
makes up for the
Double fail.
Yeah, they're
How
real.
do you
They
make
look
him
real.
just appear? How do you make him just appear and disappear like that? That's fantastic.
Well, we do have our skills, you know.
Those are the cutest birds I've ever seen.
So, Archibald, fly away, bring us some, reconnoiter the area, please. So Archibald will... Oh no, because we're still in the tavern? Is that where we are?
Yeah.
Where are we? I know we're in the street. I'm just gonna...
Well, no,
Random bird flying around the room.
you're flying in the tavern. All right, so Archibald begins flying around the room, and he's investigating the room.
I'm curling my mustache.
Yeah, I mean, so if Alistair's back, is everybody back at the table then?
Sure.
Or no, is Scraps still upstairs, I guess?
If he is,
He's still working.
All right.
we'll get him.
Yeah, so I'll
I'll go check on
go
him.
upstairs. Or, yeah, it's working.
Raznor goes upstairs and then kind of knocks on the door. Scraps, are you okay in there?
There's like a slight explosion, and then you just what? 1 second. 1 second.
What
Raznor
about
just opens the door.
Wait, don't forget Gunmo's in there.
Oh yeah, he's in there. He's helping. Eventually, the door like flicks open and kind of like swings open, and you see like the small little hooded figure of Scraps kind of like step out and step up forward towards you. A bunch of smoke kind of like billows out of the room behind him.
What are you doing in there?
He just kind of like looks at you without saying anything.
Scraps, you are not damaging the room that the nice lady was also kind to give us, are you?
You hear Scraps from further back in the room say, Who are you talking to? As he comes out and stands right beside another Scraps.
What?
This is exactly Raznor's reaction. Aha.
So I want you to meet my friend, Scraps too. And he like pulls down his hood, and you see his head is all like metallic and like bits of like hammered iron and things, and like rivets and gears where his eyes would be,
What
and
the
all
hell?
these different things. Scraps too. Say hello. And he like holds out his hand to like shake your hand.
And Raznor just kind of like not sure what to make of this, but goes with it.
Yeah, it's cold. There's like a couple like bolts that kind of like stick out a little awkwardly, but yeah, he's like about the same size. Seems a bit heavier.
He probably sounds like this. Hey, what's up? How are you?
He does not speak.
He doesn't speak?
No, he only understands me. Oh, well, he understands languages I speak. But yeah, we'll take him downstairs to meet everybody else.
Oh, okay. What is he?
He's my newest creation.
Can he do the things you can do?
Better. Not the same, but just different, and I don't know, kind of better. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't used him yet.
Huh.
I'm just as curious as you are.
Scrap.
So do I. I surprise me too. But yeah, we'll go downstairs and meet everybody. Raznor will come downstairs with 2 Scraps standing beside him.
That's awesome.
Scraps is...
What's this now?
This is Scraps 2. Scraps 2, say hello. And he'll just like wave.
Nope, don't like that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Scraps here built its thing.
Exactly. Couldn't
So
have said
now-
it better myself.
So now there's 2 of you then.
Does it look exactly like Scraps? Like gear and
It's like the same height and like features, but like yeah, it's all of its skin is just like created mechanical bits and like bits of metal and mesh and like you see like bits of like the beetle shells kind of like in there for like some coverings and armor platings, and like some of the bones from some of the undead limbs, and just like a bunch of like random stuff that he's been picking up over the course of the journey that he's kind of just like assembled together with a bunch of this iron to make a second version of himself.
Dope.
Aha. Wow.
He's surprisingly
First time I've ever
capable.
seen something like this.
Surprisingly capable of what?
Exactly, PAL 1.
Exactly.
So we got some information, and since we're here at the table, I think that we should take a look at the local warehouse. We got a lead that there's some documents that would be in our best interest to acquire, namely Calderon's notebook, and then also some tax records for the city. And if we can acquire those, we might be able to find out some more information about the Dreamfever, as well as make a real helping turn for the city.
Well, not only that, but it would be proof towards outside organizations and such that Zentarum are up to illegal operations here.
Yeah.
Yeah, something in your throat.
This the stew. It's hot pepper.
I think there's perfect amount of pepper.
Well, regardless, there are some documents under lock and key, apparently at this warehouse that this Randall Schmorn has told us about, and the documents are under guard, and we should probably head over there and reconnoiter the area to see if perhaps there is a way that we can infiltrate and take these documents.
Who's Randall Schmorn?
Scraps, my dear, you really just never mind.
I'll eat my food. I get that a lot.
So, if everybody's good to go, maybe we should.
So Malkavia, please hold your horses for a moment. You, sir, and I look at him. It is sir, yes. Who are you exactly?
I'm a bit of an experienced adventurer. Been traveling around a lot these last few years. And I just recently came into the knowledge that this Dreamfever was that it had grown to this extent to where it is harming others.
Well, if you're, I must warn you, if you are joining us along our adventures, we expect you to be capable and quite adept at least a few, multiple disciplines, if you will.
I am quite capable.
Yes.
Beat Scraps 2 in an arm wrestle.
I can't really say much about my... arm wrestling is not my specialty.
Then what is your specialty, sir?
I'm very good with magic and blades such as daggers and the like.
Very well. Yeah, I might have seen your CV or perhaps a resume of some kind, but as it appears that we're short for time, I will permit you to join us on this first adventure, and but please stay within your lane, if you understand my meaning. Yes, and I will just. Stand up and walk away. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going to walk around, just pretend.
Hey, Faraday, if you were around when we did the first interview, you would have known the answers to all those questions.
Well, I was around in spirit.
Yes, you too busy.
Malkavia leans
Maybe
over.
you're in a can or something.
I was looking for pomade.
Malkavia leans over to him and,
That's worse.
and makes a comment. He he gets a little testy with those that are better at using blades than he is. That's why he usually sticks to the back.
Or anything.
Well, that's good to
Yeah,
know.
don't mind Faraday. He's just eccentric.
I've gathered that.
But he actually
but
does
you-
make a great shot. So
I believe you said you have experience with both divine and arcane magic. Is that correct?
Not too much experience, but I have a few spells that I know of each.
if in
If I may ask, where does your divine magic come from? For me, for example, I have devoted myself wholly to the ideas and to the ideal and concept of justice for all. No one is above the law, and those who do wrong should be punished for it. But of course, context is always important.
Always. That's quite noble of you. I merely made a deal with the Celestial in exchange for mine. But
see.
it was a deal to help improve the lives of those that I meet. So it works out both ways.
Forgive me if this is prying too much, but what pantheon or god was this celestial from or a servant of?
Uh-oh.
Sehanin, the
Sorry?
maiden. Sehanin, the maiden.
Seanin.
Goddess of the moon?
Ah, okay.
Saloon?
Wrong one. Sehanin
No,
is
I'm
the
not sure.
Moonweaver. I keep getting the names mixed up, but yes, Saloon is the one.
Is that
There's a
it?
lot of moon goddesses.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't hear I didn't hear what you said the
But
first.
Saloon, yes.
And I'm gathering your character is a warlock.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Hexblade by the sound of it, right?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
no.
Explain is the best.
We'll find out.
we will
Celest-
see.
It's Celestial Warlock. Pact of the Blade.
Pact to the Blade, right. That's a cool warlock. I like Pact to the Blade. Cool. All right.
I've never done a Warlock before, so it's going to be interesting.
It's fun. Yeah, and I apologize for Faraday.
It's all good.
All right. Well then, now that the pleasantries are exacted and we're out of this banality, perhaps we shall continue and go forth and try and find some information and do some reconnaissance. Yes.
Indeed.
I believe that was going to be the mission.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
I can take a look if you like.
Yeah.
How's that, sir?
I can turn into a mouse or a rat or a spider. Both ways.
I conjure the peregrine falcon again on my shoulder. What do you
Don't
mean?
turn into a mouse right now with the falcon around.
Why would we want to do that? And I
Actually.
command Archibald to fly around Bramblebeard.
No, actually.
You know I
I
can.
can turn into a large cat if you want. I could turn into a mountain lion if you like and just swipe the bird out of the air.
Sir, please, just wait your turn.
Listen. Let's do all three. Bramblebeard can turn into something small like a mouse, and then we can use Malkavia's owl and your falcon, and all three of them can run reconnaissance and report what they find.
Hush. That's the owl's name.
Thank you.
Malkavia, Hush. That's a good name for your bird.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, then, I suggest we get moving, and before we waste the remaining hours of the day.
By all means, send the familiars in first, because that doesn't cost anything to do.
Yeah.
It's about
But,
7:30,
they
8
can't get
o'clock.
inside. I could get inside as like a spider or something. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Does the owl have night vision?
It does.
It might be better suited than my falcon. Oh, but it can fly really fast.
I will fly circles around you.
So fast into that wall. No. I also make mention that there's a trap door at the top of the warehouse that we're heading to. That's kind of where I want to send the owl to check it out.
Okay. All right. So I guess we can go over to the warehouse and take a look at it.
All right. So as you go check out, you walk through the bustling streets. It's again, even though there's people dying, there actually seems to be more people coming into the city. They seem to be adventurers. Again, people just trying to take advantage. More farmers, things like that. So. And as you approach it, you see the building that you see right on your screen. It's shaped exactly the same way. It's a 2-level stone building with stone tower crenelizations at top. In front of the building, you see 2 guards. They look very well equipped, just sitting right by the front. One of the windows in the front is open, that you can see that. And of course, Malkavia was told that you have the trap door on the top, and that is actually to the east. I have to get the little compass token. I'm sorry, guys. It's over there. But it's to the east, which would actually be, I'll show you, right here. That's the eastern side.
We can't see that where you're pointing from where we are.
Okay.
They got
there it is.
JC got the compass token for you, so there we go.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's the east side. Okay.
Okay, so that's the eastern side, and that has of course, the trapdoor at the top. So it looks like the 2 possible entrances, or 3 possibly almost, are you've got the front window, the door, or the trapdoor at the top. But of course, you'd have to find a way to get to the top of the building to get into the trapdoor. That's your reconnaissance so far.
All right. So, shall we dispatch the birds?
Indeed.
So
By all means.
Malkavia kind of leans up against Razanor and just kind of holds onto his shoulder. And I just look to him and I say, I'll be right back. And then he kind of just slumps over holding on to Razanor. And his mindset and vision is transferred to Hush, the owl.
Okay. So Hush...
Razanor is just like, what do you mean? Oh, oh.
So Hush flies up into the air. Big yellow eyes, glinting in the night, because now it's like 8 o'clock, And what you can see is right on top, you see 2 guards. Both of them are facing towards the north. So they're looking just towards the front of the actual building. Can you see the guards up there in the shot? All right, so yeah, those 2 guards are in the center of the building looking over. So basically all the guards are facing the same way. The 2 outside are facing north and the 2 up top are facing north. And that's what your owl is able to report back to you. And of course, you see the trap door is right here, if you can see that. The trap door is right in there. And that's where the trap door is at.
Okay.
Now Hush comes back down. Or do you want to keep Hush flying around?
Yeah, I'll let Hush kind of perch up there, probably on the western. Well, how far is 100 feet? Would that be 100?
I'll tell you, if this total building length is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, about 60 feet long.
All right, so I kind of want Hush to kind of just perch up on the northeastern corner and just chill out there. Just,
Look at the guard. All right. One of the guards, that's up down there sees Hush look at all these goddamn birds. Make sure it doesn't take a shit in my head, will ya? And you can hear him kind of whisper that to the other guard, even though you're kind of at a distance. Not whisper, but you hear him talking to the other guard.
All right, and I transfer back my consciousness back to myself, and Hush will know that if things go awry, I'll make a ruckus. But yeah, I kind of relay the information that there's 2 guards on the north side of the warehouse, and there's the trap door right there over by the hushes. And that if we could figure out a way to get up there, we could potentially sneak by or take out the guards without much issue.
You know, Bramblebeard, if you allow yourself to transmute into a mouse, I may be able to use Archibald to get you access to the roof.
I was thinking the open window might even be better.
That's a good idea.
Yes, but I can't use Archibald to get you... Well, I can use Archibald, actually, to get you in the window, if you prefer.
All right, we'll give it a try.
All right, so...
I'll turn into a big fat rat.
Okay, a big fat rat.
The mouse might be a little bit too fragile for this.
And I will instruct Archibald to carry the rat into the window.
So we got the owl carrying the rat.
The falcon.
Oh, excuse me, falcon. I'm sorry, falcon.
Yeah.
I keep messing up. The falcon is carrying the rat. So as you
Good
said,
Lord, sir, you are insolent, aren't you? You forget every single time what this creature is. This is a peregrine falcon with a diving speed of 400 feet per second.
oh man, I'm a terrible DM. But so you see the peregrine
How
falcon.
dare you, god of everything that exists!
He's carrying, you see the mouse, you see just kicking the feet as it's carrying up to the window. It lands on the window. One of the guards actually knows because, looks like he got a catch. Something's about to get eaten. And he kind of laughs it off, thinking that the mouse is about to get, or rat is about to get devoured by this falcon. But in actuality, it is dropping y'all off. So you want to be dropped as a mouse into this window. Okay?
Rat, yeah.
All right,
Yep, as
so
a rat.
you won't even need any type of stealth check or anything like that because you're a mouse, so you're not going to really notice you.
Rat.
I can't stress enough how much of an HP difference rats am I.
Not really.
Rats.
What?
So let's take the top off this. Give me a second to get all this stuff off so you can get a good view of what you see inside. You know that the guards are still up there, obviously. This is just me moving stuff so you can see. I think JC might be running over to try to do it. And then let's take that off. All right. I'm going to put your character in there, actually, but we know you're a rat. So as you enter the window, this is what you see. You see from your rat, yeah, you got plenty of vision. You see 2 chests, pile of like gold and silver and copper all on a table. 3 guards are conversing. I'll tell you, I swear, if I get that Dreamfever, I'm gonna find out whatever's caused it and kick its ass. You wouldn't do nothing. You're just talking. That's why you always be talking. Who got the key tonight? I think Ralph got it downstairs. He got it. No, I ain't got it. They always give it to somebody new. Always the same person, it seems, even though it's supposed to be random. Anyway, do you got a smoke here? Real quick, a little bit of the pipe weed? I could use some of that myself. Let's take a few tokes while we wait for this night to be over. And that's what you see them talking. You also see over here, you see weapons, like 2 weapon caches, and then 2 armor things. 2 stands, 2 armor stands. You can't see it on the camera. Here, I'll show it real quick. Here's an armor stand, and then here's a weapon stand. So you got weapons, armor stands, chests, and money, 3 guards, and then over here, all the way in the corner, to the west, is the actual. It looks like the cage, with you can see the little inside is a lock case or a strong box. And that's
Are we almost at the guard change?
What'd you say?
Are we almost at the guard change?
No, fortunately we're not. It's like 8 o'clock right now, and the guard changes at 6 p.m. So you missed the guard change. Remember I said it was 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I'm gonna try to see who has the necklace with the key. Perceive that.
Well, how would you? What are you going to do to see it? Because they wouldn't have it like out in the open.
Well, I'm gonna look for like a leather thong around the neck or some kind of. I'm just gonna see if I can see it. If I can't see it,
Give me a perception
the
check.
shirt, whatever. I don't know.
You give me a perception check. Are you checking? Who are you checking? Are you checking these 3 guards up here?
Yeah, whoever I see at the moment. Every guard I see, I'm to see if they have the thing.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Tony, using the Falcon, I want to take a glance around the building to see if I see any like sewers or grates or whatever that could lead underneath the warehouse.
Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 moment. Let me finish with him, and we'll get that.
I got a 12, and I think it would even be lower because the rat probably has a lower perception than I do.
Yeah, you don't really notice anything on these guards that would give any indication that they have the key. And then going back to your character, you send your falcons flying around. You don't really see any sewer grates around this area. The nearest sewer grate is actually over by the old inn that the murder happened at. But you don't see any sewer grates over here, this particular area, no, to go underneath.
I want to ask Faraday, hey, is there any buildings around it that are taller?
Yes, there are. There is. You have the garrison, which you can't probably see in the camera. That is taller. And then that is approximately 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away from where you are, from where the warehouse is. That building is taller. And then you have that house over there. The roof is just slightly taller. And that's I'd say about 10 feet taller than the roof that's on the warehouse. So you have 2 buildings that are one is a whole story taller, and then one is just a little bit of a taller roof. And they're both about 20 feet away. The other building that's about 25 feet, is the Constable's Tower, but that's extremely tall. You're looking at a good 50 or 60 feet up. That thing's tall. 5, 10,
Do I know if that Constable's Tower is like publicly accessible? Like, could somebody get to the top of that if they wanted?
No. That's Constable is a dick. you got to be invite only. Remember, you had to invited by the orcs all that time ago. You can't just walk in.
Right. Well, if we can find a way to get above it, I could float us all down.
Float us where on the top of the warehouse.
Yeah.
Remember those guards were up there though. Just remember that.
I'm going to start making my way as a rat over toward the cage just to see what's in there, like what it is that we have to grab. What does it look like? Is it big leather binders? Is it like, anything I could somehow throw out a window or something?
So, okay. Do that, yeah.
You don't need a stealth check because you're rat form. You get over there to the cage and you notice it looks like just a leather. You thought it was kind of like a lockbox, but now that you're closer, it kind of just seems like a leathery type pouch that was very very dark colored. So it almost looked like metal from where you at, but it's actually just a leathery pouch. You can see some of the papers kind of like, you can't see them sticking out, but you can tell that they're in there because they're creating a bulge within the pouch itself. The pouch looks to weigh about 10, 15 pounds with everything in it.
Are there any windows in this room aside from the one I came in?
How many what?
Are there any windows in this room aside from the one that I came in?
There is, but the other one is shut.
Where is that?
That window is right there, almost right in front of the cage. Let me show you. It is right.
I think I see it between the 2 chests, basically to my left.
Between the 2 chests. Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Go ahead. You can go back to everyone else while I think about this. I'm just poking around inside the cage as a rat.
Okay. All right. So let me go through everybody's name because make sure everybody gets a turn. Yep. Let's start with Jay. Jay, we haven't heard. What would you like to do, Jay?
Just scoping out, taking into what the guards look like and how they're dressed and everything. I don't really have anything I can do at the moment except just try to scope out what's going on.
All right. You can tell that the guards, I'll pull that up for you. Hold on. You take a look at the guards. You don't need to roll because you're close. Obviously, and this isn't like it's pretty obvious to you on this one. They are wearing. It looks like each one is equipped. You see a great sword on their back, and then also a heavy crossbow in the other hand, and on their back as well. Then you see what they are wearing for their armor is they look like they are both in chainmail, and of course the guards up top look like they're in the chainmail as well.
Okie doke.
All right, and now, see, Faraday, what would you like to do?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to turn the corner and to where I am relatively obscured and cast Disguise Self, and I will make myself appear a foot taller, but still a very small captain of the guard.
Very small captain of the guard. All right.
And with I will saunter over to the guards with a enormous level of confidence.
Oh, we can get some rolling here for this.
And say, "You, sir, you let me in right away."
Who that? All right.
He's got a terrible accent, by the way. Faraday.
All right.
You, sir, you've got to let me in right now, okay? And I turn around to the other guys and I'm like, you see, I'm doing this.
Don't look at us.
All right. They look at each other. Well, they kind of, they recognize obviously that you look for. Well, who the hell are you?
I am Sergeant at Arms Hector. And I demand to be let into this warehouse right now.
Hector?
Yes.
Give me a performance. Give me a performance.
Okay.
And you got to give me a performance. This is a big one. Because if you get this, we'll say, give me a performance 16 or better. You get 16 or better.
I am using my inspiration.
Use that inspiration to get 16 or better. See if you can saunter in.
Oh! 23. 20.
Now, what a time to get a crit. All right. Well, I ain't had no Hector, but I don't want no trouble, sir. So,
listen here, man. Listen here. He changes accent every time he speaks because he has these terrible accents. Listen here, man. I need to be given access to every room in this warehouse. You hear me? I'm here on inspection duties from the constable himself.
The constable? But I thought the sheriff was in charge of this area.
The sheriff and the constable are here in the other room together. They are...
He starts like really scratching his head, and the other guy's like, wait, the other guy's like, shut up! He's a fucking goddamn, and he slaps me. Hey, that for your goddamn daft! He's a sergeant at arms. You heard him? Get to me for Christ's sakes! He said he's a sergeant. All right. I just doing me job. Make sure I didn't know. Go right in, sir. Go in, sir. No problem, sir.
Okay. I'm going to be bringing...
Before you go in, my name's Jamson. I really could use a promotion if you could find it within yourself to take care of a spot like me. I've been working really hard, sir. Huh? Do you think that's possible?
Jamson, I'm sorry, Hector takes out a little pad of paper and like flips it over. Jamson, you say?
Yeah, Jamson, sir. Jamson.
What's your rank, son?
Oh, right now I'm just a private, sir. A simple private guard.
Jamson, private guard. Warehouse has been passed over for promotion. Well, I'll put in some good word for you then.
All right. See, and he looks over to the guard. Who's the smart one now?
And I will turn to the others and ask them to come forward. These are my my entourage. They're here to help me measure the interior of the warehouse. What?
How's it going, Jepson?
We're doing some improvements. The
So,
constable and the
This is
sheriff.
getting highly unusual. Give me another performance, but this one you only have to roll a 10 above. If you want your friends to come in, get 10 or above on this performance.
Wait, are you bringing all of us along with you?
I'm trying to bring everybody in.
Inspection tour. Come on, 10 or above.
Just like gives a light bow, sir.
Razin.
You were born for this moment. All
Good
right.
lord!
All right, so, well, sir, hey, God damn it! You just gave me a promotion. If you want a promotion too, you better shut up and let it bring, if he wants to bring the goddamn fucking commander of himself in here, you will. If he wants to bring a prostitute in here, I don't give a damn. You let him in. And so he's like, okay, sir, okay. And he backs up, and, like, everybody's allowed to come in. And you hear him yell to the door. You hear him yell to the door. Hey, you got an inspection talk coming through to Sergeant at Arms. What was the name again?
Hector.
Hector. Sergeant at Arms Hector's coming through. Don't cause no problems for him. And y'all now are inside. Assume you want to go upstairs towards Alistair Bramblebeard.
Yes, please.
Now look, on the first floor.
On the first floor? Yeah, what's on the first floor?
That's right. I was just about to say, on the first floor when you come in, you see two more guards. You see another weapons thing and a bunch of crates and boxes all lining the room, as well as a table and some chairs for the guards to sit at.
Jepson, get over here. Get over here, Jepson, right now.
Sir, yes, sir.
Stand at attention when you're talking to you, Jepson.
While Faraday is doing this, I go up to him and be like, "Sir, you also need to know where that key is. Just want to remind you." Sorry.
One thing at a time, Joe.
Yes, sir. Look at, sir. Yes, sir. Johnson,
I
here?
need you to. The sheriff told me that you need to give me a short sword. I need a short sword, and I need one right now. The finest quality short sword you have.
Well, the finest quality, you would know, sir. I thought you were on inspection. It's right upstairs, sir.
Yes, this is part of the inspection. I'm making sure the things that I know match up with the things that are here.
Oh, I see, sir. I see it. So, we can do that. Let me just secure it. He goes to the other guards. Hey, where's the short sword at? He said we're supposed to match up with. I don't know about no short sword. Short sword right over there. All right. Hold on. I got your short sword here, sir. I think this short sword. Hold on. Was it supposed to be a magical short sword, sir?
Yes, it was.
I don't think I'm supposed to give this. Shut up! I really think if you want, I can give you a regular one, sir.
Superior officer.
All right, give me if you want this short sword. I'm gonna let you try it from magical short sword. Here, organically happening magical short sword, possibly. But you got to roll me a performance for trying to get the sword, or she's just gonna give. Sir, I need more. I need to know more. If you want one of the magic swords, sir, I can give you one of these regular ones. But if you want, you got to tell me more. So give me a performance at 14.
Hold on. Somebody else is saying something.
So Raznor is trying to help out a little by saying, "Are you delaying the inspection process by a superior officer?"
No, sir, I'm not delaying, but I've been told when it comes to the magical weapons, the only person I'm allowed to answer to is the constable himself. No one else, no matter who comes in here, even if they've got a writ. So I need to know something. You've got to convince me, sir, that more than just this. What other reason would you need a magical sword to take out of here for an inspection? I could give you a normal one and you could go poke somebody just fine.
So Malkavia speaks up really loudly. He goes, "Sir, there seems to be a lot of dust in here. This place is not clean at all. I don't know if they're going to pass."
I whip out my little book and I start writing in it.
Wait. Just go ahead and roll that performance for me.
All right, here we go.
14 or better, and 14 or better.
Help you're getting here? You should get
I'm getting help. Am I getting advantage?
That's up to y'all if somebody gives you inspiration.
Yeah.
I'll give you the inspiration then.
Okay. Give him that inspiration.
Amazing. All right, here we go.
Roll good.
18.
Hey!
Well, sir, if you... All right, I don't want you... Put away your pad. Put away the damn pad. God,
I'm like licking the pen.
Just give him the sword. Just give him the sword. What's the worst that could happen? He's a
What's
sergeant.
your name,
He'll
son?
come back.
What's your name, son?
Sir, here. And he gives you a short... This short sword I know is magical. Go ahead and take this sword, sir. And please, you are going to return it. Of course, you'll bring it back later after you've inspected it.
I'm going to take it to the constable and make sure he sees it.
Make sure he knows it's me that gave it to you, sir.
Yes.
Make sure he knows it.
I'm gonna observe the sword. What am I holding, Tony?
They know what it is. It's a short sword +1.
Okay, a +1 short sword. Great. So I will take the sword and like peruse it and be like,
"That's it, though. I can't give you anything else." Now, is there anything else on the inspection sheet? You're not writing down that dust, right? Your friend had talked about dust. We're not writing down the dust, right?
No.
I'm not finding the documents anywhere that we were supposed to acquire.
Yes. We've got to. Let's go upstairs. I'm not finished with my inspection.
All right.
There's much yet to review, including your armors.
All right. So let me ask now. I know what Malkavia is doing. I know what Jay. Are you following them in, Jay? Just kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of following along.
Yeah, a regular old, plain old inspection team, a kobold with a rocket launcher on his back, an albino.
That's totally normal.
Yep.
Standard procedure, Jay.
Dragon man.
Procedure.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
A regular old inspection team.
All right, so you are now upstairs. You've seated the guards. Your eyes, as you walk in, you see all the weapons. You see of course, the money on the table. You see everything there, and of course, you see Alistair Bramblebeard, the little rat, is at the actual cage. They don't notice the rat, but you know he's over there, so you know where to look, and you see him over there.
I'm standing up on my hind legs, hanging onto the bars, like shaking my head, looking at them, because I heard this. Rats have good hearing.
So what are we doing, guys? You're up here now, and what's the word?
Okay, so I'm gonna walk in as Jamson. I'm assuming Jamson is still with me. Yes, I've asked him to follow me.
Yes, sir. I've got your. He's sitting there like he's brushing. He brushes off your shoulder. You got a little dirt on your shoulder, sir. Let me get that door for you.
Listen to me, Jamson. Listen to me, good. Okay. These three guards up here, get them out of here. Get them out of here right now, because I've got to perform my duties.
Yes, we've got to perform an in-depth inspection, review everything. We cannot risk anyone muddling anything.
Jepson, you can stay, Jepson. But everybody else, I need everybody else out of here.
You heard him. You heard the sergeant. You heard the sergeant. He said, "Everybody leave. Everybody go." But, sir, you mean leave not guard the money, sir? You heard him. He's a sergeant at arms. Get out. He says that to the other guards. The other guards, they all like, well, okay, sir. Because Jensen's in charge, and they all just they shuffle out the room. And now, there you go. And now you're by yourself up here. It's just Jensen, just by himself with you. He's standing, put this down. And on this here. And then he is standing right here next to y'all at the door and everything. All right.
I'll look at Malkavia.
They're all gone now, sir. What can I do for you?
I'm gonna look at Malkavia. Perform the survey inspection, Corporal Joe.
Yes, sir. I'll do that right away. Sir, do you also smell a little smoke in here? Should we note that down?
Yeah, it appears that there has been something going on around here. And I lick my thing.
No smoke?
I love how Hector vacillates between like New York accent and like Cockney English. It's like going back and forth.
It's working. Don't worry.
It's like whatever it is, I don't know where he's from.
As long as the performance role works, they believe it.
I know.
All right, so we already have one magical item. I'm just going to do a quick check just to make sure everything else follows suit. And I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
I
All right.
will.
Oh, go ahead. Him.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'll help you look around.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Let's let Jay. What are you looking for, Jay? Real quick before we.
Not much. I'm not trying to like steal anything. I just want to kind of take inventory of what's all in here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll investigation. You know, say you're investigating and counting and everything, and you know, so you're actually eyeing it the right way. Very low roll. You don't need to roll too crazy high, but if you roll a 1, that means you can't count. Ooh, you barely can count. You barely. All right, so him is over there. 1, 2, 3, counting all the gold, and we'll come back to you. You've got you've taken you a while to count this because there's a pile of gold and silver and copper. It's all kind of melded and mixed together on the table because I assume that's what you're looking at that table.
Yeah.
All right, and detect magic. All right, you don't detect anything else. Basically, Malkavia. The only thing that's really coming up here now is that short sword, and then of course you got other. You know, you see in here there's other normal weapons, and then you see there's armor. You've got a set of scale mail on the one armor, a set of chain mail on the other. You've got short swords, long bows, short bows, heavy crossbows, regular light crossbows. Every type of normal, possibly pretty much weapon is in this warehouse. So if you want something, you better convince Jameson or whatever.
No, I'll look back to Malkavia. Sir, it does not appear that there's anything out of the norm aside from that one item, but we should definitely look for the documents. Maybe Jepsini? What's
Jamson? Is that your name, Jamson?
Jamson.
Jelly? What was it?
Jamson, sir, you wrote it down.
He wrote it down.
He might know where the other document.
Jepson, listen to me. Listen to me good. Who's got the key? I need to notate this for my records. I need to know who's got the key to the vault.
Well,
That's still in this building, is it not?
Well, I believe that was where the car. Who was it? Who did we give
You
the
aren't
key to?
sure?
It's it always goes to someone new. Oh, that's right. It was Ricardo downstairs. You want me to go get the key?
Get that kid up here right now.
All right, hold on, sir. He calls out. Oh, how about I just go grab the key?
Still in place.
Do you want me to get him, sir, or do you want me just to grab the key? What would you like me to do, sir?
Bring the key.
Yes, sir. So he runs down. You see him crawl down, the little ladder that goes up here because they come through trapdoors. And he crawls down. And within a moment, he comes back. Got it right here, sir. Of course.
Tony.
All right.
Tony,
So
while the guy goes downstairs, do we have a moment? Like, are there like documents and everything else just kind of strewn about, or what is it that we're seeing?
You've got 2 chests, a pile of gold, silver, and copper all melded and mixed together on the table, just like, thrown up there. Then you've got the armor, you've got weapons. Pretty much every weapon is available here. You got scale mail there for the armor, and then a set of chain mail. And then you've got every weapon, a heavy sword, long swords, short swords, long bows, short bows, heavy crossbows, light crossbows, javelins. You've got nets. You've got pretty much everything, trident. Every possible weapon is pretty much in here, but it's all normal weapons.
So what about documents?
Blade armor?
What? Well, scale armor.
Blade
Scale
armor?
armor. Scale armor.
Okay.
What about specifically like books, documents, any types of notebooks or anything like that? Is that only behind the gate?
That's behind the gate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question for you. Could these books go through the slats of the gate?
Could the what?
The books, the documents go through the slats in the gate and the cage?
You can't really tell because they're inside that, the big leather casing.
How wide are the bars of the cage?
I'd say about maybe a foot wider. It's not like a typical jail cell cage. It's like more of like a lockup cage, and if you ever worked at a place like Staples or somewhere where they have the thin wire, it's like the thin metal, the thinner spacing, so you can't even kind of get your hand through. It's designed to keep people from trying to take something out. It's like that. So it's not like a jail cell like you see here. It's more like that kind of keeps people from going in and grabbing. Obviously, you can't break it, but it's strong. It's small enough, like about that much. It's not extremely wide because it's designed not to let human hands go all the way through.
I'd like to jump up there as a rat and see if I could gauge how big the books inside are and if I could fit them out the hole.
All right, so you want to try to get into the cage?
I am in the cage. I'm a rat.
Okay. Well, I mean, to make you squeeze through. That's what I'm saying. You're going to squeeze through.
Oh,
I didn't know if you were saying that side.
It's like the holes are too small for a rat. I thought you said one.
No. There's fine for a rat. I was just going to RP you squeezing through the thing. I didn't know you had already squeezed through it. Yeah, so I was going to squeeze. So you squeeze through the bars. You see like it pushes through a little bit of fat. It's pushed down to his butt, and then he pops right through the bars. All right. To open it, you would need to undo the clasp, though. That's the thing. It's clasped and kind of shut. It's in a leather binding, and the things are inside it.
I just want to judge by the size of the bag. I can't judge, basically, how big the books are.
Let's not. Let's do a roll to see if you can. Let's do a roll. Give me an investigation to see if you can take a guess.
Oh, that's good, because I suck at that.
Oh, sorry.
It is what it is. See, investigation. Here we go.
I don't think anybody has any inspiration left either.
I gave away my inspiration. 11.
I believe Nat does.
No, Nat
like
just
two,
used it.
yes.
Nat just used it, helping somebody else out.
All right, I'll just remain in rat form then, and I'll go hide and wait for these guys to do their fucking crazy shit.
I thought Nat, you just used that.
No, it was
Bramblebeard
who used it on me. Bramblebeard used it on me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you're able to do then. If Nat, are you going to use your inspiration so he can use his 15?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could tell that it does look like you might be able to get some of the papers out, but not all of them. Some of them seem a little bit larger than others. Like, some are like thicker and it's kind of like the Balo tapestry. They're like, they unroll and they're long. You can see like they're long, thick scrolls. Some are very small that you could probably push them through, but then other are pretty big, the scrolls. You're not going to be able to push those through. So,
and what is the quantity of scrolls and books and stuff we're talking about here?
What is
like
the
how
what?
long? Like how much stuff is there? How many books? How many scrolls? Would it take me like a couple of seconds to jam them through the bars, or would it take me like a minute to get them all through the bars?
In rat form or human form?
No.
Dwarf form?
What I'm thinking about doing, I guess I'll reveal it, is turning back into Bramblebeard, stuffing this stuff out of the bars to the guys so they can hide it, then turning back into a rat and going and hiding. So, like, before he even comes up with the key, they have what they need.
And then you're just like, okay, inspection over. Very good. All right, let's see. I'll tell you, I want to see how that works out. So let's do a roll for it. If you're able to, this will be a hard one. Give me an acrobatics of 16 or better, and you're able to squeeze them. You're just able to turn back into Bramblebee just quick enough and squeeze them through and turn into a rat. But you got to get that acrobatics right to squeeze it through.
All right, here we go. This is not going to be great.
Of course, they're coming back with the key anyway. All right, so you're not able to squeeze it through, and at that moment, you right as you turn back into your rat form, sir, I've got the key, sir. You know me, Jameson, always good, sir.
All right, Jebster, give me the key.
Thank you. No problem, sir. You've got my name in your book, sir.
Corporal Joe, make note that he's giving me the key.
Private Jelly son has given you the key.
Yes, and make note that that's against regulations and policy.
What? Sir!
And that he will be issued a demerit for
What,
his.
sir? You promised. You said that you. No, sir. I was not going to give you those.
Do you want it to get worse? Do you want it to get worse, Jameson?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, you're lucky I'm here because I'm your friend.
Thank you, sir.
Now listen to me, Jameson. I want you to go downstairs and get everybody together because I'm gonna come downstairs and give everybody a uniform inspection. And I want to make sure everyone's uniforms are tip-top. You understand?
Yes, sir. And he begins like spitting like. Of course, sir, my brass is always look good. You know we are always one of the funnest and charm agents.
Go downstairs, get everybody together in the mess room. I'm going to be right down there as soon as possible. We're going to do a uniform inspection.
All right, he goes downstairs. All right, we're going inspection. Guys, outside. Come on, we're watching. Come on inside. The sergeant wants to look at our uniforms. Clean your brass, you dumbass. If he sees your boots and everything dirty, we're all going to get demerits. Jameson just got one for dusting God knows what else. Come on. And you hear them all trudging. All right. Clean. Get your boots. Clean your shirts. Fold it. Tucker your kernels there. And they're all talking from downside, yelling, and there's grumbles, and there's commotion as they're all trying to get ready for you to get prepared to inspect them.
I grab Scraps and I go, put everything in the bag. Everything right now.
Your name is Joe?
Yes, right now it's Joe. Call me Joe. Get everything in the bag.
Okay. And I will, just start jamming everything in the bags now.
Documents first.
What are you jamming in there?
The documents first.
Okay. Documents.
I'm gonna open the gate and pull the documents up.
What did you do?
I'm gonna walk over to the gate, open the gate with the key.
Wait.
He already said it. He already said it.
Okay, all right.
I gave fair warning. Warning that was trap.
I was like, I'm on
he
my
was
little
excited way excited during the heist and forgot one minor detail of the heist. All right, so let's pull that up as you.
Can I use my protection fighting style to quickly shove my shield in front of Faraday?
No.
It takes last.
No. This is part of the challenge that everybody wanted challenge and fun and risk. I gave a fair warning, and then Malkavia told you it was trapped. He told you.
Every once in a while, sometimes you gotta blow up a halfling.
All right.
Quarterling after.
Make me. All right, you instantly, a needle, as you go to unlock it, a needle comes straight and pierces into your hand. You only take at first 2 hit points damage, but I need you to roll me a con. I need you to roll me a con save at DC 16.
A con save at DC 16.
Boy.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay.
He told you it was a brutal poison.
I failed.
All right. Well, let me read to you what it does.
Oh boy.
On PC must make a DC 16 con save, or they take 4d8 poison damage and half that on a successful con save. In either case, they are knocked unconscious for 2 dice 8 hours. So let me go ahead and see what you got. Your 4d8.
Scraps is like already pulling out one of his syringes.
Yeah, did we see the needle?
Oh wow, that's good. That's good. That's good roll.
You got lucky.
That is so good.
That's great. All right. So now I'm gonna be unconscious. So you guys better role play the shit out of it.
Yeah. So you see Faraday. Look, Faraday goes over there. I've got the document. He just like collapses. He's like, it wasn't no big deal, just a little prick. I'm fine.
All right,
and he goes right out. He's on the floor, and from downstairs, you hear one of the guards. What was that? What the hell was that? I felt a long book, sir. And now Faraday can't talk.
Any minutes.
Private Jetson or Private Jellison.
Sir, Jensen, are you all right, sir? Jefferson, sir.
Private.
He's not answering. Go check on him. See what's going on up there. You hear the other guard say.
Yeah.
Raznor is gonna go to the top of the stairs to like head him off, and if he sees the guards like coming up as he's going down, he'll be like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be standing at attention for inspection."
Well, he said, "Give me a performance check, then. Give me a performance, and beat a 12, and you'll convince them to go back down. Come on now, make it
By
good."
the way, I am unconscious for 9 hours.
All right, no, sir, I need to come up there. What?
Really? Really quickly. I want to.
Everything is.
I want to use Mask of Many Faces to look like whatever Faraday looked like. Shrink down to that height too. And then,
All right. So you want to look like Faraday now? Okay.
Yeah, I want to look
All right.
like he did his Hector.
This heist is some crazy shit.
I want to look like he did his Hector, and I'm not good at I can't do those voices, unfortunately.
All right. So Jemison comes up there. Jennison the guard comes up there and he looks and he sees and he's like, "Oh, sir, I didn't hear you. Sorry, sir." And you kind of just glare at him without saying a word, and your eyes kind of like that. You're right, and he's just like, "Sorry, sir. Sorry. I thought something happened." And he goes right back downstairs. He only popped his head up just above the trapdoor, and he goes right back down, thinking, "Oh, okay." So because you didn't, he just saw you. Lucky, that was good thinking. All right.
So the trapdoor,
right?
Sir, you gotta come check us then, sir. Sir.
We'll be right down, Jensen.
Sir, are you okay? Your voice sounds funny, sir.
Can't do the voices. Don't make fun of me. We're conducting our inspections.
So now what are y'all gonna do? You've got unconscious Faraday
For 9 hours, by the way.
9 hours, 2 hours, 9 hours.
So Razanor is going to kneel down to Faraday and kind of place a hand on his shoulder, and not sure exactly what happened, but he's gonna see if putting 5 points of lay on hands into him will help. And as a note, 5 points of lay on hands is enough to cure a disease or neutralize poison.
Would it neutralize? I guess the knockout then too. That's the question. I don't think it would neutralize the poison. You're not taking any more damage, but the knockout effect is already kicked, man. So he's out. He's out for the count. He's not dead, but you've healed his damage though. You've healed some of his damage, but he's still out. He's still out.
But more importantly, is the gate open now?
Does what?
The gate, is it open?
Is the gate open?
Yes, the gate is open. He opened it, he unlocked it and turned it, and jink, went right into his arm. And he's like, "Oh, that didn't hurt." And then he had a few seconds, he grabbed the document. "I got the document." That was it. And he went right out.
Private Scraps.
Scraps, get the stuff and go.
Scraps, really quick. Could you put Faraday in the bag of holding?
No way. Oh my
Not
god.
if you want him to
Oh
live.
my god.
We'll be out.
If Faraday finds out about that.
Yeah, I just
Not if you want him to live.
Is there air in the bag of holding?
No.
Actually, that's not true. Any air
There's a little bit of air.
Yeah, there is air. There is a little bit of air in the bag of holding. There's enough for a space of like air that you take within you. So if you kind of like wrapped it around, you'd have enough air within that what you actually take in. Unless they've changed it for 5e with the bag of holding, there is an air in there.
I want to say it's enough for 30 minutes of breathing, but like minus a certain amount per person that's in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a coffin. You got a certain amount of air in there.
Yeah.
It's probably almost definitely enough for
10
us
minutes.
to put Faraday in there. And
10 minutes sounds good.
And then get out.
It's 10 minutes divided by the number of creatures in the bag. So yeah,
There
he
you
can
go.
survive for 10 minutes.
Oh, we got 10 minutes of airtime left.
I mean, sure, sounds good. Why not?
Sir,
We've got to try everything once.
Sir, you okay
And
up
I'm just
there?
gonna do feet first and slowly just start like a sleeping bag. Just
And then while I'm still looking like Hector, I'm gonna go down and start performing the inspection.
I'm gonna put the files on his stomach while I put him in the bag.
Razanor will go down with him and like play the role of the scary dragon man.
I motioned to Alistair to, hop up on my shoulder.
I do so. I run up the cape, jump onto his shoulder.
Perfect. And then, let's see. So we got all the documents, right? There's nothing else left in that room?
Correct.
Yep, you got the documents.
We got the documents. We got the Faraday.
But do we...
Also, we have exactly 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, Scraps, if you're heading down already, or are you gonna jump out the window and slow fall with? Well, no, I guess he's in the back.
You can just use the stairs.
Sir, sir, we're waiting down here, sir. About a minute has gone by. About a minute has gone by. And
I'm down
Alright.
there trying to
As
step
soon as I hear the guard's voices, oh yeah, I shouldn't go downstairs. Yeah, window it is.
I think you guys should grab like crossbows and stuff like that on the way out because
Yeah.
there was
Yeah, how long
a
would
lot
it
of
take
gold.
to? How long would it take to deplete the treasury?
Probably more than 10 minutes.
Wait, how about this? How about this? Scraps can stay up here, and I look to Scraps. Scraps, you can jump out the window and be fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You keep doing everything up here, and we'll make a signal. The signal will be, it's time to go. And then you jump out the window. Got it?
Yeah, sure. I can make us all jump out the window if you want.
We still need to go downstairs and, do our thing with those.
Okay, yeah, I'll just get as much stuff in the bag as I can.
There you go. So we then go downstairs.
Wait, hold on. As you walk downstairs, where's the sergeant at arms?
I
Right there.
would have gone down already.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
oh.
said that.
All right, okay, so you go down. Do you don't say anything? Sir, are you going to inspect us, sir? Or
Of course. Line up.
your voice, sir? Are you okay?
There's so much dust in this warehouse that it is hurting my throat.
So if you want me to keep
All
on
right,
after that-
since you're talking, give me a performance. Beat a 12.
You should be good at this, right? You're high
I'm
The
pretty
sergeant
good
at
at this.
arms has very sensitive sinuses.
Well, she's trying to. The look was fine. She didn't need to roll anything for her look. But she's gonna talk. All right. So no,
one,
something's not right here. You want the sergeant? Wait a minute. Robert, go upstairs and check what's going on. Go. And one of the guards starts running. He goes to climb up the fence. You stay right where you are.
It's time to go.
I jump out the window and cast Featherfall on myself.
All right. So right as the guard's getting upstairs, he sees Scraps go through the window. Hey, you! Stop! He's out with Faraday. Everybody else is downstairs. What are y'all doing? Don't you move a muscle. Y'all are by the door.
I just yell, Faraday, run! As I just went down the alley holding my bag.
All right. Bust out the door. All right. Give me
Is anybody-
everybody. Y'all are busting out the door. Stop!
Are
Stop!
there-
We've been robbed.
So Razanor kind of grabs him by the arm.
Stop him!
I'll take this one to the sheriff myself, and then drags him out the door.
Wait. While he does that, I go, Private Jellysub, you allowed an usurper come inside of this building?
Oh, wait a minute. All right, roll it up. 12 performance if you're trying to lie.
Okay.
Good luck, party.
Good luck, guys.
Wait, for
Come
who?
on. Because someone's trying to
Episode
convince
2
me.
of Chapter 3 features Faraday and Scraps on their separate arcs.
Oh, Malkavia! Sir! We did not let a usurper in. We've been robbed. We have to stop them. You were part of the group. Are you telling me that you didn't know anything about what happened? That you didn't know they were thieves?
Are you questioning somebody of a higher rank?
No, sir. I just.
We will handle this because you obviously cannot.
But they're gonna blame me, sir. I'll be
You
home.
better clean this up. You better clean.
They're gonna hang me, sir. I have a family, a daughter.
If you don't make everything nice and shiny in here by the time we return, you will be on that gallows.
And you still hear ding, 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 robbery at the warehouse.
And you
Robbery
better
at the
turn off the
warehouse!
alarm.
It's too late, sir. It's going through the town. You actually hear town citizens start saying, "Thieves, robbers at the warehouse."
Wait,
All right.
so if Razanor dragged him away, like, are we gonna be around the corner yet?
Let's
I
now
think he dragged you away.
Yeah.
most of the guards are staying at the warehouse, but one is making pursuit, chasing you. Roll an athletics check. Each person's not going to be too high. Everybody has to roll above an 8, not to
Does
be
it have
caught.
to be athletics?
It has to be. You're running.
Also,
Every-
Razanor said, I'm taking this one to the sheriff myself, implying
no.
that he's arresting him.
All right, so him.
This D&D Beyond rolling is horrible.
Well, that's why I say roll on roll 20, because we actually have roll cam now, so it's better to roll on roll 20 anyway. We actually have the dice cam. That's all good.
So should I?
They did them.
So should I
Yeah,
roll
no kidding.
performance or
My rolls are
deception
great.
for tricking the guard that I'm
For
still
you
on
trying-
your side?
You didn't try to run. You stayed with Malkavia trying to bullshit. Okay, so
No,
you,
I bullshit that I was dragging him away to be arrested and taken to the sheriff directly.
Okay, so you're dragging Malkavia away.
No,
No,
me.
him.
Him.
Yay.
Okay, you're dragging him. All right. Well, that's
Yeah, who's
fine.
on first?
The guards catch him. The guards catch up and they grab him. Where you think you're going, tiefling bastard? You tried to
taking
rob
him.
I'm
us?
not a tiefling. I look exactly like. I look exactly like Hector.
Oh, that's right.
Are you questioning again another senior officer?
But wait a minute. I just
God.
saw. This can't be right. I
Private?
just saw.
I'm taking this thing, whatever it is, that steals faces,
Yes.
to be questioned by the
Something's
sheriff
not right
himself.
here. Great.
you
All
going
right.
to- are you going to
Roll a
obstruct me?
performance. Roll a performance to let me know to me. I don't know. How do I know I can trust you? Something's terrible here. We've been robbed, and this is wrong. Something's wrong here. Oh, but you passed. All right, you rolled even higher than a 16. I was gonna make you roll a 16. Fine. I've got to figure out how much has been gone. Take this one down to the jail, and then I'll be down there later to press charges and explain what happened. Please. I hope I find everything. They're gonna have my neck tomorrow.
Then you had best
Private
hope
Jepson?
you make your
So-
inventory swift and thorough.
Who else was running away, though? Who else was running? Because a few people
Nobody.
ran.
Nobody.
I think that's it. I think
That was it.
Scraps got away with Faraday. Bramblebeer was on Malkavia's shoulder. The whole time. Malkavia's like screaming at the guards with the rat on his shoulder.
And then
Okay.
the rat is doing this.
But I thought some people were running though. Someone had said they were running away.
So
Malka-
Scraps bolted out the window and did slow fall, and then it was him's variation of the Sergeant of Arms that was what turned everything, and then Raznor said that they would escort fake
Okay.
Faraday to the jail.
All right. So everybody got away except him then. Okay. That's what I need to
I'm
know.
with Rasmore.
Except
All right. So
Malkavia.
him is going to jail. Let me put your mini in the jail.
Wait, no. Raznor has
Raz-
him.
Oh,
Just
you're not
Raznor
getting
just-
escorted to jail. You're gonna fake lie to the guards.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, you bastards! All right. So
Why would I throw my own party member in a jail of an asshole?
put him in jail.
I mean, if it was actually Faraday, that might work. But
Oh,
All right.
please.
So y'all are walking off. These guards, the guards are freaking out. There's the alarm still. And their guards are starting to walk around. What's happened? What's happened? Somebody robbed us. But look, the Sergeant of Arms, it was a fake. And we don't know where the real Sergeant Jameson is gone. And one of the guards goes, who the hell is a Sergeant Jameson?
You mean Hector?
Hector.
Oh, Hector. I'm sorry. Who the hell is Sergeant Hector?
As soon as we turn a corner and there's like nobody around, I'm gonna change again to look just like a normal human.
All right, so you guys have escaped. You figured out a way to rob the warehouse. Unfortunately, we have someone who got knocked out by poison because they were so excited they just opened up the door even after hearing it was trapped. That was kind of funny, I have to confess. It was like, dude, he's not gonna walk through the door. I'm walking through the door. All right, so that was done, and we're gonna go ahead and sign off right now because they have just all escaped the heist of Dagger Dale, the warehouse heist. But of course, they didn't escape perfectly clean. You know, it was known, and they were seeing some of them. Some of them, so who knows what kind of consequences this could have rolling into the future after they've robbed the constable of his things, you know, and they've been partially identified. So we're going to see how this goes down in 2 weeks, y'all, there'll be another game of the good team, and that will be on the 27th at 7 p.m. You will see us again. Hopefully everybody had a good time watching us. I want to thank all of y'all for coming and checking us out tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Thank you all the subscribers. Thank you our Patreon supporters. I don't know if I was supposed to dance for anybody tonight, but I don't think so. Thank God. So so thank God no dancing tonight. But yeah, thank you. Please follow us on social media. You can check us out Facebook, not Faceboard. They put the media stuff in there. And yeah, thank you, and hope to see you. And next week, of course, this coming Friday is the Evil Team, and they will be starting Chapter 3 in the shared universe. Of course, now they're going to have to deal with the fallout from the robbery of the warehouse. That's if they can even get back into town, because the Evil Team escaped the town after charming, or whatever they did. It was not charm, but they knocked out some of the guards with the spell, and they were able to get out of town. So now they're fugitives on the run, and everything else. All right, so we will see y'all later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you all enjoy it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. Are we out, JC?
Almost.
I think we're signed off. I know. I'm just asking JC.
Everybody's off. Be able to.
We're all.